Hello and welcome to the Inferno Gaming Podcast. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and all other major platforms. If you're watching the video version on YouTube, make sure you like and comment. Okay, bye.
All right, man. It feels like it's been a little minute since we did this
Yeah,
podcast, man. What you been playing, man? Because I know you've been playing some games. You know what I mean?
playing
What you
playing
been
a lot of
playing,
games
man?
recently. I'm playing Splitgate 2, Halo,
Mm,
Aliens Dark Descent,
mm,
Wildgate Open Beta,
mm.
Jump Ship Demo, which you should check out, Elden Ring Night Rain,
Oh man.
uh
Oh man.
Titanfall 2, just casually though.
Ooh,
And fuck, what else was I playing? Played a bit of Repo, played a bit of
got a new
Helldivers
Repo,
2.
got a new Repo video up, man.
I got a lot of videos up actually.
Yeah, you've been working. Working.
I,
One day the fucking Discord was just going off. I'm like, God damn, like, bro, just been uploading.
Yeah, I took like a month and a half hiatus, and quote unquote on hiatus. It was like kind of like a focus on the streaming side of things, and then also like just a writing session for skits and stuff, and then videos I
Right.
want to do, and then recording and all that shit. I still got a lot of things I got to finish, but for the next few months or next month, I think I got a bunch of shorts, a couple skits that are probably in the pipeline. I'm working on the second part of the repo videos, and I'm working on another like kind of like a on the couch video that I don't get to do very often because I'm bouncing from one thing to the next. So I took off like week of streaming this week. Probably not. I don't know when this podcast is coming out, but I'll probably be back to streaming by then.
Be this Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I might be off streaming until the following Tuesday, but it's just more like a mental health break more
Right.
than anything because it's like you got to take a break or two from certain things from time to time.
Definitely. Definitely.
But yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of fucking games, dude. Uh, we got. I guess I could just run like first of all, if you got like hard tactical RTS style RPG ish games, definitely check out Aliens Dark Descent. It's like real time XCOM, I guess is the best way to make it. But
I got that game. I gotta play. Is it crossplay?
I it's not multiplayer. It's a single
Oh,
player
okay.
game.
All right, man.
I don't think if there was multiplayer that'd be dope, but like it's not that it's not like a Helldivers top down shooter. It's like a tactical RTS game. Like squad based
Oh, okay.
RTS. But like
Okay.
I don't think you can like separate your squad at all, really. Which I kind of wish was a thing, but I guess it's like its main mechanic, but it's a very hard game. Like I'm playing it on story mode because when I played it on medium, my dudes were getting fucked.
Mm.
Like it is stupid hard how it is. So I'll probably just play it off stream, but like it's definitely been a lot of fun so far.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, no, I would check that out. Check out the Splitgate 2 demo. Or beta, or no, actually it's
Well,
just
it's
free to play
out
now.
now. Yes,
Yeah, I
it's out
forgot.
now.
Because
Yeah.
when I started it, the open beta was going on, and then they had all those issues, and
Yeah.
then they had all those controversies, and
Which we'll
then
be
now
getting into. We'll be getting
I think
into
they're
that.
fine. But definitely download that, check it out. It's
Free to
gameplay
play.
wise, it's fucking lit.
Yeah,
And
man.
then Wildgate is weird, and I'll talk about that more a little bit later. But I enjoyed Wildgate a lot. Jump Ship I want to get more into, but that's more of like a co-op roguelike game too.
Okay. Okay.
What have you been playing besides
What
life?
what have I been playing, man?
By the way, happy
Besides life.
Father's Day.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, Daddy.
What have I what have I been doing? What have I been playing? I started another playthrough of Dragon's Dogma 2. So now I
Okay.
remember how great that game is. I made my pawn look like Siri from fucking Witcher 4 because I'm so excited for Witcher 4, which we'll talk about later. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty, obviously, because I have a toxic relationship with that franchise, that game, which we'll talk about a little later. I've been playing Splitgate. Um, I've been playing a lot of Splitgate actually. Couple single player games. I got to play the beta for that Dragon Ball game, which we'll also talk about later.
Mhm.
Elden Ring, obviously, and the game of the year, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
Game of the
Okay.
year. It's already here. The game of the year is already here.
Well, we still got some time.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I don't.
you never
I
know. You
honestly
might
don't
get a
know.
sleeper hit. You know,
I don't
we're
think
only halfway through.
we got the sleeper hit. The sleeper hit was the game of the year right now, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I haven't played it myself, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a contender for
Yeah,
sure.
man. We already talked about it, so let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into Splitgate 2, man.
All
Splitgate
right.
2 is I'm gonna skip the first one for now. We'll run it back after that because I don't know if you played it. I played a lot of it, but I don't know. But
Oh no, I didn't play it at all.
oh then yeah, I'll talk about it later. So Splitgate 2 is a brand new free to play game made by 1047 Games Studio, independent game devs. They made the first game, which they took offline back in like
Oh no, it's not
2022.
offline.
Well, it's not offline, but
They
they
stopped
stopped
development for it.
supporting it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they released
uh,
like a battle pass, and that was it. And then
yeah,
they just went radio silent.
yeah. And then we got the
We thought they
Splitgate 2. Oh
we
yeah,
thought
go
they
ahead.
took the money and ran. Like that's how it is. But
Yeah,
looks like they were reinvesting.
yeah, they're reinvesting. All right, that definitely was. Because Splitgate 2 is probably to me a bigger and better game in comparison. It offers a lot more as a forge mode on release.
Mm-hmm. On
Halo
release,
doesn't
yeah,
know anything about that. They don't know anything on release. They don't know what that means.
yeah, nothing on release, yeah.
Yeah. They have a battle royale mode, which was their big reveal. I mean that they were edging everybody on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was. I like the BR, but like the comparison to campaign saying it's bigger than that, I was like, ain't no way, ain't
Yeah.
no way.
And then they have all of your arena modes. So they have like the like capture the flag is like capture the ball. They've got
Hmm.
no portals. They have all different types of game modes for you to play in, man.
Yeah, they have pretty creative game modes. I actually do really like the takedown game mode, which is like how the battle royale is, but on a larger scale. Um,
Oh, okay.
so takedown is basically like you got to squad wipe the other team to win the round, and then
Uh,
they do the MLG round based shit where it's like a competitive scene. So to win the round, you kill someone, and then they respawn in like a few seconds. But that respawn timer gets longer and longer each time you die, and I think it's a collective respawn timer. So like every time, like so let's say your buddy dies like 5 times, you die like once, and you finally die, and you get like a 20-second respawn. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
yeah,
it's individual based, but either way, it's cool because it's really all about like tactically just controlling the map so you can wipe the team, and
yeah,
the match will just keep going until as far as I can tell, until a team is wiped, and then it gets really, really tense because it's like you're down 2 guys for like 30 seconds, and then they're up like 3 dudes, and then all of a sudden you wipe like 1 dude, you go down, but your buddy just came off spawn, so you're still in the game. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a manic thing of dodgeball almost.
COD needs that, man. That's a good game mode.
Yeah, but it's 4v4, so like it's not going to be like I don't think like BTB the BTB style one I guess would be literally the battle royale where that's
Yeah,
how that functions. And I think the way they did the battle royale to kind of like mimic Rebirth from Call of Duty, and then they
mhm.
kind of like stole their armor plate system. But they didn't what I like about what they modified about the armor plate system that I like is that each shield that you get, like the tiers, the better ones, increases the health of each plate. So you overall only get like 3 plates, but each health of that plate increases for each tier you go up. So you can theoretically take more damage, but instead of it just take like I have to take down 5 plates or 5 like shield whatevers or whatever the fuck like whatever Apex did. back in the day where they had like you had the red shields and you had like 5 tiers of shields and shit, and then like you would just basically have those 5 tiers. You would take down one plate and then you're down that one plate, and so it's easier to heal up, but it's also like just as easy to get you down. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I don't feel like I have to dump my entire clip into every single dude I meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the TTK for the battle royale is like pretty good. I think the only thing I'll disagree with what you said is like the armor system is more of like Apex. Like it's literally like Apex Legends, just with the plate style of like a Warzone. The
I
TTK does get insane the higher the armor level, but like I think that's kind of the point. Like because I
because you
never
don't really
got
get that.
high armor off the rip. I've always got it like
Yeah,
towards the end of the game where
yeah.
it
You have
makes
to
more sense.
you have to get lucky on that. Like yeah, a random event might spawn, which I kind of like for the battle royale, where you might get like epic tier loot in your spawn, and therefore you're like off rip of the game, you might get epic tier like armor. But yeah, you don't really get gold tier armor till you're at the ass end of the game on a regular basis. But also those random events that play out like double damage or double speed and shit can definitely change out like how the outcome of a match can be. So like that double damage really just tears
Yeah,
into people.
yeah, it
So
does. It
like
does. Yeah, yeah.
so like even
Know
if
what
they
you're
have
talking
gold
about.
armor, you're just fucked if
You're
you're not
fine.
fast enough. Yeah.
Fine.
But I do like when you die and you come back because you do like a buddy spawn if it's safe.
Hmm.
You get your loadout that you picked. So like whatever faction you picked, and then like whatever weapons and attachments are available based on like the round. So like first round you'd only get like the pistol. Second round I think you get like your primary and the pistol, and then I think third round you get like your primary, your pistol, and I think you get your attachments too. So it's not like you're fucked when you respawn and you have to go re-loot. Like you have something to fight with.
Right.
And I actually appreciate that because I thought that was one of the most annoying things is like getting out of the gulag in Call of Duty, and then like wherever it dropped you, you just like have a chance of encountering dudes that are fully kitted, and then you're just dead immediately.
Yeah. Pretty much fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, so you at least have a chance to fight back. So
Yeah,
I think
I would
that's
say
pretty
so.
cool. And I do like how they kind of like aren't doing like a whole open world sandbox thing, and instead it's just like 5 giant BTB maps that are fused
Yeah,
together.
I love that. That's when I kind of peeped that at first. Like the first time you're on the drop ship and it just goes into a new area. It's like, whoa, what the
Hmm.
fuck? I was like, yo, this is kind of like this is kind of clever. Like this is kind of
So yeah,
on
it's
brand.
kind of
You know what I
like
mean?
it's kind of like how like when Apex or whatever battle royale have like the 2 separate circles and then they merge together after a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that because like 2 areas will be locked down of you out to you as you're being forced into the next zone. It also makes transferring into new zones a lot more tension based because you're forcing a lot of fights, and so you don't have the benefit of like like just like oh my god like he has like the high ground now and I'm just like fucked because he's on a mountain and I'm being
Right.
like pushed by the storm. Like you have to go through this area of tunnel, so you have to like lock down this like little kill box area. But they can
Okay.
get you can still get flanked from the other side by somebody else, so someone can third party you in that situation, and like it can turn into a clusterfuck really fast if you're not careful.
Uh,
So I kind of do like that it doesn't like uh kind of like you still have a variety of biomes, but like you're still forced into a new map each and every single time the ring closes in.
mm, yeah, 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 for sure. But how do you feel about? Because this is I agree with everything you said so far. I think the game is pretty. At least when talking about the battle royale, I think the battle royale, weirdly to me, is my favorite part of the game. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie to the battle royale is fire. Like it's really good. Like I haven't touched Warzone all of season 4. Season 4 has been out maybe like a month now, like close to a
Hmm.
month, maybe like 2-3 weeks. I'm gassing a little bit, maybe like 2-3. but I haven't touched it. And every time I want to play a battle royale, I just play Splitgate 2. So I
It's
think it's
super.
good there.
I think
But
it's more casual than Warzone, which is kind of saying a lot, actually.
now, what? How do you feel about the guns? Because I think that's the only thing I don't like is the weapons. I don't like any of the weapons. I can't find a weapon that
I
I like
love a
save my
lot of
life.
the guns
That's
in the
crazy,
game.
man.
I to be fair, I only really play the orange faction. I forget the Mars faction. Mainly because their guns are a lot more Halo styled for me, like more rustic. They also deal a lot more damage and they're lower on the fire rate. So like the basic AR does like a shit ton of damage and it
No, you're
shoots
right.
decently. And if you get a few good attachments to it, it's pretty good. Consistently across the board. So it reminds me a lot of like the Halo AR, but like the Infinite AR a little bit, but more like, you know, beefier. The jackhammer, once you get the rapid fire attachments for it, is more consistent. And the only thing I hate about it is without attachments is base form sucks. Like it's like hard to uh to consistently get shots with each burst, at least for me. The Warden's really good, DMR all the way. The Rattler is just an SMG that gets faster as you shoot it, so it's really good for aggressive pushes. And I
Yeah, that
fucking
joint
love
crazy.
I love the revolver you get, but I hate the fact that it's a 4-shot kill and not a 3-shot kill. Because it's a 6 shooter. So I'm like, bro, it needs to be a 3-shot. And there's no way to boost the damage. I guess unless you have like double damage on. But still, like it's like all the Mars weapons I vibe with heavily. So like I found the faction I'll probably play the most. Of course they get the fucking smart shield too, which is not great because then a lot of people spam that and it is very, very good. Though you can rip through it if you team shot it enough, but it's like if you're smart, you put it in a close quarter situation, you can like dance around it and really piss someone off. Um, but the other two factions, I do like Meridia, the purple people. They have like pretty interesting weapons, but more so for their gadgets and their ability. They have wall hacks literally, but they don't get it that often. They also get their AR's decent. Their burst rifle's really fast and shoots really, really quick. So it's like actually like really good. Especially if you're going for precision hits like headshots. Because it's really tight accuracy. Their shotgun is fucking stupidly overpowered. It's like a charged shotgun. So imagine like I don't know if you used it yet, but imagine like a fusion rifle from Destiny, but it's like a shotgun. That's pretty much how it functions. You charge it up, it blasts. It's basically a one-shot kill.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, okay.
the Aeros dudes, the speedster dudes, I am not a huge fan of.
That's who I play the most of.
Yeah, I like their speed boost ability. It was more stronger in their first alpha test, but like that was literally like giving you free overshield, so it was like more ridiculous than the Mars stationary shield shit. So you would basically be able to get like you'd take like almost lethal damage and heal off of that and go double heals, and you would be immune to damage while you're charging up too. But now they fixed it, so it's only focused on speed and kickstarting your regen, which I think is good. Is a good balance. But their weapons, I feel like just either I'm not unlocking, I don't have a good enough attachments, but a lot of their guns are like just not. They lack a little oomph, and I thought their guns would be like really rapid fire type weapons, like spray and pray weapons, which they kind of are, but like they don't do enough damage to like I feel like if you go up against an arrow, if Aeros dude goes up against any of the other two faction weapons, you're automatically gonna probably lose like 5 times out of 10. Uh, like their SMG's good, but it's got like no range, so like it's really you got to really be up on people with. Their auto shotgun, however, is probably their most redeeming gun
I fucking
because
hate that joint. I hate
that
that
John
joint.
just destroys you people. Once you get the attachments, it just destroys people.
I hate that
I
joint.
haven't used their pocket sniper at all. I don't know if that is good or not. I want to try it, but at the same time, I feel like it's gonna be like like a Kraber and a Titanfall 2 situation where it's like just for people who've gotten bored with the game and have just gotten really good at everything, and now they want to play the game with more of a challenge, so they'll just run that pistol. You know what I mean? I'd say check out the Mars faction. You probably enjoy those weapons a little bit more.
I'm gonna play them after. Like, I think I'm gonna start playing them now, because like what I was trying to do is just like kind of max out every like faction, because it seems like what's gonna happen every season or probably every 2 seasons, whatever they got planned, is they're gonna drop a new faction every season. That's what it seems like.
I don't think they're gonna drop a new faction every season.
If you look at the side when the game's loaded on the SSL screen, you see all these different like corporations and shit like that. You see all these different corporations.
So I mean, like, it's possible they might introduce a new faction to drum up some hype, but I feel like they're gonna introduce more new weapons for each faction and new maps. Especially since they have Forge already, they can generate maps on the fly and then just like do what 343 or Halo Studios is doing with Infinite now, which is like getting forgers to do the work and then just kind of like maybe paying them and then being like, here's a new map, everybody. Here you go. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So I think they're good. I think they're set up. I think their core community that was transferring over from Splitgate 1 definitely enjoys the game. I've encountered many of those fuckers because they're
tryhards.
It's not even. Remember when we played Stream Splitgate 1? We had that one guy in our streams, and he would just zip around the map like nothing.
Yeah.
Because he was a portal master, dude. They're all in the game, and they are just as good as they were in the first game. But it's just like every other game. You're gonna run into the sweats, and the sweats are gonna sweat on you, and it's up to you whether or not you want to like try and duke it out or just be like fuck and just either leave or just say next. Like it's every FPS, every competitive shooter, every competitive game has it, and but I don't think they have a very high MMR system, or if they do have an MMR system, it's not as fine-tuned as everything else that I've played, because I'll get matches where my team does not know what the fuck they're doing, and I'm like, are these bots? But now they say if they're bots or not, so I'm like, okay, so they're not bots, they're just probably newer players, or they just don't have like the high level of skill. And then I'll go up against a team that's like super fucking sweaty, and then I'll get a match where it's like you have a couple sweaty dudes on one team, and then you'll have one sweaty dude on our team, and then a couple of just like normal players here and there. And I think I kind of like this mix so far, but I don't know if they have like a like if they're calibrating, if the MMR system's still calibrating. You know what I mean? I don't think it's anything like called.
We don't have ranked yet. Number one.
You don't need. Yeah,
well,
you don't need
rank
it
for an MMR system, right? But I mean, I think for the most part, my matches have been balanced. I think the problem that I've been having a lot of times, which is just probably a hardware issue, something I know because I'm always on Reddit. When I got a problem with something, I go to Reddit to see if other people are having that problem. If it's just a me thing or it's somebody else. And a lot of people are saying like the game on console like does not feel good. Like the aiming is way too accelerated. Like I've seen a bunch of like different presets like you can pick to kind of fix that, like by turning the acceleration down and heightening up the horizontal and vertical sensitivity.
Yeah, I do feel like they did make this game more with PC audience in mind. Yeah.
And all I did was download the game on PC, and I don't even play mouse and keyboard like that, but it feels 10 times better to play this game on mouse and keyboard. But
yeah,
they definitely got to fix that controller shit, man, because it's like you'll always be too fast when you try to like flick your stick over to like readjust your aim. It's like you're almost too fast. Like it's aim assist is like very, very, very small, which is cool. Like I mean, you don't want crazy aim assist, but you want to be able to at least control your camera when you're moving.
Yeah, I guess it has the opposite problem when it comes to Halo sticks, where it's like even at max sensitivity and Halo Infinite on the sticks, you just like it feels like you don't turn fast enough.
Yeah.
And then like that's one of the reasons why I like playing M&K for Halo. It's like I can react like a lot faster than I guess people on controller, but it's like they still have the benefit of aim assist, so it's like they're more consistent with their shots. My shots are based on my overall skill as a PC player or M&K user, I guess. So if I suck, I suck. It's not, I can't blame nothing but myself on that. But I feel like yeah, like if you're going up against console players going up against PC players, I feel like PC players are gonna like outperform just because they can do that reactive turning and pinpoint.
Agreed. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I
I feel like the name of this game is speed, right? Again, name of this game is speed.
It's a movement shooter for sure. Yeah.
And I think they tuned up the acceleration a little too much on controller. Like I don't think your acceleration needs to be that fast for these types of games. I think they just need to be reactive. Like you need to be able to be somewhat reactive, and you choose how reactive you want to be with the vertical and horizontal sensitivity. But even if you were to jack that shit up, like default, I think it's at like 5.0. When you jack that shit up to like 7, at that point you're just way too fucking fast. Like there's no trying to adjust mid gunfight and stuff like that. So it's just a small little thing. Like I said, like
it's just something they gotta like tweak.
Keyboard. Yeah, I've been playing a lot on mouse and keyboard, trying to get good at mouse and keyboard, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Because I generally do like the game, but I mean, look, we're gonna get into it right now, man. Like, there's a lot of, I want to say controversy, but not really. Like, I wouldn't call it controversy.
It's like just
people being weird. Like, I think it's just more people being weird and like trying to find a reason to hate on the. Not to cut you off, but I feel like for me, the problem that I've been seeing, because I'm on Twitter, I peep the wrong spaces, but I think with Twitter, what I've been seeing a lot of is like people just want this game to fail so bad, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I think the CEO has the right idea with everything that he's trying to do. Like, for reference, listener, when he unveiled the game, the game was coming out of the open beta into full release. He announced that not only was coming out with a battle royale map or a battle royale game mode, he came out with a hat that said "Make FPS games great again," and he got a lot of like backlash from that because he literally was just like, "Yo, we're like Halo fans and Titanfall fans, and we really just want to see the genre be great again." Which is like, again, we'll talk about it later in the podcast. The FPS genre is cooked. I don't care what anybody thinks. I mean, you can't tell me that there's X amount of FPS games that are doing well out here because they're not. They're not. They're regardless of what you think, they're not. Most of these FPS games are DOA. The finals is holding on. Somehow is holding on. I mean? Halo is just its dedicated community at this point, but that's good for Halo. That's what Halo needs. Just take care of the people who love that shit, want to play that shit, want to be there. But really, we have one big juggernaut that is just kind of setting the tone for everything, and that is Call of Duty. And Call of Duty's just been fucking up so goddamn long that me personally, as a COD player, I want to see COD fail. I want to see COD really hit rock bottom. And I'm not talking about that shit that happened during Infinite Warfare, where it was just like we complained about it, but we still went and played it and bought it and everything. I'm talking about where people are just like, no, I'm done. I'm not buying this shit. I'm not doing it. And it's like, to get out of that, we need more FPS games that are gonna do well and get people like me to get off of Call of Duty. Because the thing I always tell people is, yeah, we complain about Call of Duty, but what other FPS games do we have to play that's on a high skill level like Call of Duty? I mean, we don't have many like that, man. Halo's a totally different genre shooter, in my opinion. It's an arena-based shooter. I mean, Splitgate is like a nice little mix between the two. You have your loadouts, so you have some type of customization, I mean, which caters to a COD player like myself. and then you have, the arena-based shit, so you can pick up guns, throughout the level and stuff like that, which is really nice. I
Mhm.
mean, but a lot of people took what that man said on that stage and kind of tried to kill him for it. And I was telling E-Night before we started the show, it was the first time in my life I've ever seen COD fans protect Call of Duty and defend Call of Duty. Because usually when I get on Twitter and I look at a Call of Duty post, it is always negative. It is never like, oh, they're trying their best. It's always negative, which is right. It should be, because the game has been shit in the bed. Like Black Ops 6 is effectively one of the worst Call of Duties we've gotten over the past couple of years because of the updates and the constant.
Okay, so it's not the worst at
It is,
launch,
dog.
but it's the worst
At
at
launch, it was
supported.
perfect. At
Yeah,
launch, it was perfect. The
the
problem
support
is,
has been shitty.
we'll get into
Like
it
if
when
we're
we get
talking,
there.
no, if we're talking about the core gameplay mechanics, like as is at launch, it's good. But
Black
after the
Ops
fact, it's had
6,
like the opposite effect. Like if you were to jump into Halo Infinite now, it had plenty of content for you to enjoy, but at launch it was shit because it had nothing. And
right,
then
right.
fucking the only thing it had was good game mechanics. COD has like good game mechanics at launch, a decent amount of content, and then the first update fucks everything up.
I'll
Like
say
it's
this. I'll say it like this, right? Because I got 13 days of playtime on Black Ops 6 multiplayer. I'll
that's
say it
crazy.
like this. Yeah, I got a lot of time, dog. I got a lot of time. And I will say this. Omni movement was definitely overhyped. I mean, I'm gonna definitely clip this, but Omni movement was definitely overhyped. Because the biggest problem with Black Ops 6 and why Black Ops 6 to me is it kind of fell like on release. Black Ops 6 was probably like close to top 5 Call of Duties of all time, which is really hard to get into. That's really like you have to beat some of the legacy Call of Duties. We're talking about World at War, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. There's a lot of COD games. So it got pretty close. Like I would say like Black Ops 6 was like maybe like a 5 or a 6. I mean, out of all the Call of Duty games, but like I think the biggest plague to Black Ops 6 has been the maps. And the problem with Black Ops 6 is none of the maps showcase the Omni movement good enough. You know what I mean? There's not enough area to move around. Like a lot of these maps are just like, here's this corner that people can camp in, or here's this heady that people can just, beam you from, and you can't see any of their fucking body, but they can see your entire fucking body. You see the tip of their head, they can see your entire body. You know what I mean? And they're lower than you. So it never makes sense. Like a lot of the headies they got in the game are just fucking weird. You can wall bang almost every wall. There's literally, bro, no lie. And I'm giving y'all game for the COD players, right?
Mhm.
On Hacienda SND, Search and Destroy, on B Plant, right? You can literally shoot through the concrete wall right there and beam whoever's on the other side of the wall trying to defuse the bomb. Like that is insane, dog. Like we're talking about 9 feet of concrete wall you can wall bang through. Like what the fuck is going on, man? I mean, like,
The wall banging was COD mechanic, and
yeah, but it was always like you were always able to see what you could wall bang through. It's like,
but
okay,
that's
that's wood.
actually
That's a
I
wooden
disagree.
shed.
I actually disagree because there are plenty of fucking games where it was like you could wall bang basic gun, wall bang a wooden structure or a drywall structure and be like, all right, cool. And then you couldn't get through metal. But then they're like FMJ, and now you can wall bang fucking anything that's not like a literal block of brick. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's inconsistent to all hell. So they were just like, fuck it, we'll just make everything shoot throughable. And that's probably
Fucking
what they
crazy.
I mean, yeah,
I
but
think
it's
the maps are the worst part about Black Ops 6. I think we're 4 seasons deep, and I feel like finally 4 seasons deep, we finally got a good multiplayer map. We finally got one map where I could say, yo, I would like to see this map in Black Ops 7 or Black Ops 8. Like the problem with this COD, bro, is that there's no map in this game that in 5 years we're gonna be like, yo, they need to add this to Black Ops 9 or Black Ops 10 or whatever the fuck they're calling it then. You know what I'm saying? But we're still getting maps from Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black
It's
Ops 4.
suffering from the Halo nostalgia
It's
effect. Where,
creatively bankrupted. I've been
well, yeah,
saying it for
well,
years. Call of Duty
Halo Infinite just
creatively
had like
bankrupt.
a legacy update, which is based all around Halo 3 combat. So you got
Okay.
legacy. They added Griff Ball, though it's not classic Griff Ball. It's like Griff Ball and then Griff Ball with thrusters and shit. But like either way, it's still fun to play. Super sweaty for some fucking reason, but fun to play.
That shit was always sweaty.
Regular Griff Ball, not in Halo 3. It was just
That shit was
casual.
always
There was
sweaty.
always like one guy that would freak out, but like when I first played it, and it was like some dude was like, "Bro, never touch the ball again." I was like, "Bro, I just started, dog. Like what? The game mode just came out today. What are you talking about? Like, calm down. You ain't even you act like you've been playing this for like 10 years. Like, chill the fuck out." But like, they've probably revisited old Halos, and every time they revisit the older Halos, the updates are usually very positively received. Like the Halo 2 update was positive, CE update was positive. Every time they go back and do an update for like the older Halos, that's themed that way, they get a positive one. And every time they go back to the newer ones, they're kind of like mixed, or like people are like, you know what I mean? But they brought back Hayabusa armor, Hayabusa helmet. So yeah. But what I'm saying is like all the maps have been remade 1,000 times over in every single game because they're fan favorites. And I don't have a problem with fan favorites coming back and them having a new aesthetic attached to it. But there's never a lot of new maps that people just like love. And I think that has a lot to do with like the map designers are designing the map thematically and not gameplay wise. Like
I think you're cooking. I think
they wanted to visually match up with the theming of the core game. But they don't play test it enough, and they also don't make it like I think there's a lot of like maps in Halo where like, why do we like Valhalla so much, right? Well, it's BTB map, 8v8, standard Blood Gulch inspired map. 2 bases, same, everything spawns on the same. You have a Crash Pelican on the side. There's a giant hill with a power weapon spawn. Everyone pushes and everyone fights over the hill and shit like that. Yeah, it's good gameplay loop. You got a river on the left. It's aesthetically pleasing too at the boot. Why do we like fucking, what's it called? Lockout on Halo. Again, it flows good. There's no like stopgap or anything. Even on Infinite, it flows good. Sniper rifle spawn at the top, energy sword spawn at the bottom, shotgun spawn in the center. Like you have a good flow. You have options. You can get around the map relatively easy. There's skill jumps, like, and the aesthetic is great. So like you have good gameplay based maps that are like, designed very well around the gameplay. Is one of the reasons why Modern Warfare 3 had an issue, is because they took old school maps with Modern Warfare movement mechanics and tried to mash it together. And one of the reasons it doesn't work is because old COD didn't have those movement mechanics. So when you take Black Ops 6's Omni movement, you have now you added a lot of verticality to your COD gameplay. So now you need to make maps that match it, but all the maps are fucking 1.4
old maps. Yeah, of course. I've been saying that. I think the problem with like them introducing old maps, because they've been doing it for the past 5 years, I think the problem with all these old maps is like, they like, take Modern Warfare 3 for example. Modern Warfare 3 literally dropped with all of Modern Warfare 2 2009's maps, all of its maps. And I said it from the beginning, the problem with these maps aren't the maps itself, it's the way that we've changed as COD players. Like the way people used to play back in the day was really slow, is really like effective. It was holding a lot of corners.
Yeah, but you didn't have a lot of core movement mechanics too.
Exactly. Now you have all this movement introduced. So now these maps just they don't play the same way. You can't effectively play these old maps the same way. But
this is why Halo Halo 3, those maps, when they transferred some of the maps and remade them for Reach, they had to account for the fact that you could sprint now as one of the armor abilities. So they made the maps a little bit longer. So sprinting around wasn't like you were just there. You know what I mean? Like so they accounted for that gameplay mechanic. They also accounted for the jetpack mechanic. So they accounted for all these things in their map design. And Modern Warfare 3 and especially Black Ops 6, I don't think they accounted for any of the new movement involved with any older maps or any of their newer maps. Because I think the most frustrating thing about what's that one map in launch Black Ops 6, the VHS place, where there's like it's like an open not a supermarket, but like you know what I mean, like a shopping center. I think it's like named after like a video store or something like that. You can't get on the roofs there. Why not? They're not that big. It'd be great sniper gameplay, add verticality, add a lot more ways to attack objectives. You could have a caved in roof on some of the like domination objectives, so that way it's like a lot harder for people to like just lock down a zone. You know what I mean? Like
bro, listen, I'm gonna stop you right there.
They don't embrace the verticality.
You're asking Call of Duty to do way too much right now, man. Like, wait.
Well, they're gonna change the movement for the umpteenth time. Why not the fuck?
Because they're
change
lazy,
the maps
man.
to adapt.
They're lazy. The problem is
I don't think they're lazy. I think they're uninspired.
Nah, they're definitely lazy, bro.
Nah,
bro. Listen, I'm always the type of person that's like, yo, attack the publisher shit. Don't attack the devs. But like, you can see what Black Ops 6 like, and we'll get to it when we get there because I have a really hot take when we get there. But you can tell, like, Black Ops 6 wasn't the game that they wanted to make. It was just the game that they were told they had to make until the game that we're getting this year comes out. Because I think this year's game is the passion project. You can almost tell, like, this is what they've. Because if they fuck this up, man, it's like.
I've already said this when I was watching the reveal, and I kind of like was like, what the fuck? And just like was like, why out of all the game we just got Blops 6, why are we doing Blops 7? And I'm already just like my eyes rolled into the back of my head. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm gonna sit here and call it now. They're gonna reintroduce Omni movement. They're gonna use the same shit that they use graphics wise and all that shit for Call of Duty 6.
Well, hold up.
It's gonna be the same engine.
Say that there. Say that for when we get there, because we still talking about Splitgate, man. We still talking about Splitgate.
Shit, bro, we've been off Splitgate for a minute. What you mean?
Yeah. Well, the point was, like I was saying, like him wearing that hat pissed off a lot of people, especially the COD community. And then after that point, it was just kind of like, boom, the game releases $140 skin. You know what I mean?
$140
skin. Insane amount of, I think it was like 140 on release, and then they lowered it to 8. It was 140.
No, it was 80 off rip.
With the sale, it was 80.
Oh yeah. They do that weird shit. I absolutely hate when they do shit like that. I hate when they're like, bro, it's on sale right now. It's only $80. It's only like
$60. Like that shit was
I'm
crazy.
Like, first of all, it's a skin bundle. So like a bundle's meant to save you money and not be stupidly expensive. Halo Infinite has this problem. A lot of other fucking live service shooters have these problems.
Sure.
Oh yeah, COD is fucking egregious with it. But basically, it's fucking like your new kid on the FPS block, so to speak, with this Splitgate 2. All right, you're throwing shade where you need to, thinking that's gonna make a statement, right? Dropping an $80 skin set, all right, whether it was $100 something before then, an $80 skin set, after the fact, hoping the FOMO sale will get you some sales is really bad. His excuse for why it was $80, and it's funny as fuck because when I looked at it after that whole thing, it went down to $40, but it's still on sale from $80. So they didn't actually lower the price, really. I mean, I guess technically they did, but they just slashed it in half. So I don't know if that means it's going back up to 80 if you don't buy it during the sale, but like, it's stupid to blame some random mystery dev, all right, that set the prices for the game And then you're just like, oh, that's the one that slipped through the cracks. And like all the other skins and shit were like $40 and stuff like that. So I don't think it slipped through the cracks. I was thinking you guys were probably trying to make your money back a lot faster than intended. And I would like Splitgate has positive gameplay reception, but I think you can't, if you're going free to play, you gotta kind of find the fine line of balance with how much you're charging for your skins. Because, and I said this on Halo Infinite during their final stand update, because it kind of like crashed and shit. Like, and I didn't have access to any of my skins. I said, the moment that you buy a skin on a video game, you just wasted that money. Like, just point blank, period. It's gone. You're never getting it back. If you do want it back, they'll probably ban your account. You got to make a new account. And the reason I said this is because ultimately, a digital skin for a digital game that can be shut down at any point is basically worthless. This is why I also hate the fact that they try to put NFTs in games, because at any point they could just end that game's life cycle, and now that NFT is virtually worthless. So they straight up could, like, delete your shit. You wasted $80. So every time you make a skin purchase, you're wasting your money. I'm not going to shame people for making their purchases, because it's your money. You can do what you want, but you can't. I don't want people to sit here and get like upset about the pricing of things, and then drop $40 on a game and then move on to the next game in like a year's time and never play the game they dropped like all this money on. It's just, you got to find that balance. You got to find the balance where people are willing to pay that money. And then you got to find the balance within like yourself as a gamer to not like blow through or all your money, and then like also like try to like, I guess, like complain to the point where it's like ridiculous, where you're like I guess like trying to like I don't know like I'm trying to find the word for it. Like you're trying to like pull like a morality card over a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, all right, let me cook here, man. Let me cook.
All right.
Let me cook. I don't ever see anything wrong with like shops and shit like that in games. I really don't. I think, especially a free to play game, like free to play games, I kind of almost always expect it. Like the game needs to make money somehow. So it needs to make money from me being like, hey, I want to give you guys a couple dollars. I like this skin. I mean,
Yeah.
but I think the problem with a lot of these games, and I'm going to use Spectre Divide as one of the best examples I can give you. RIP to that game. The game was great. Unfortunately, it did so many things wrong in the beginning, kind of like Splitgate.
Right.
I just think the problem with Mountaintop Studios in 1047 games is 1047 games was like quick with it. They were like, yo, hey, we're fixing this. I'm sorry. We apologize. We didn't mean. I mean, our COD guy did this. I mean, which
Yeah, I don't like the
we
excuse.
could talk
I think
about that. We could talk about that in a second, right? But I don't see a problem with charging like look at Apex, right?
Right.
Apex, it seems like once a month they have $150 to $360.
Well, they had like a $300 skin for a death box, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
that
no,
like one of their things?
yeah. So like they've been going crazy with this shit. They've been going crazy. I think for me, I think the thing for me is like I use this analogy on stream when we talked about it, right? It's like when you go fishing, you throw you throw your rod in the water and you wait patiently. You put your bait on the hook, you throw your cast in, and you wait for the fish to come and eat the bait. And what I'm and in the sense that I'm trying to make is like we're the fish, right? You're giving us a free to play game.
Right.
You're giving us time to kind of nibble on it, feel it out. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this tastes good. I like this. Here's $5. And that's the hook finally going in the player's mouth.
Yeah.
What a lot of these companies try to do is they try to throw a big ass net in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're all small ass fishes, man. Like you're not gonna catch that many fish with a big ass net with all
Well,
the
they're trying to catch the whale with the net. That's
Yeah,
what they're trying to do.
right. But I think a lot of times, like a lot of these companies aren't patient enough when it comes to making the money. Like you gotta give us time to play the shit. You gotta give us time to trust the product because unfortunately the live service games,
Mhm.
the way it operates, it's not looking good these days, man. These games literally look at X Defiant. X Defiant was 10 million players strong, and then it just died last week. The game just shut down last week.
Oh, yeah, I
So it's
forgot
like,
about that game totally. I'm not
y-
gonna lie.
yeah,
And
so
wasn't that also a game that had like a skip to like pay to like unlock like characters and shit too? Like
well,
you just
yeah, it had that, but the problem was like it had that, but to one of my cons with that game with X Defiant was it had nothing you wanted to buy. You know what I mean? I thought the battle pass was shit. The skins were pretty shit. Like there was nothing worth buying in that game. So it's like I understand why that game failed financially. Like the game was cool to play, like just to play it, but
nah,
to
because I feel like all right, I feel like and I guess I can use well, I'll probably bring up an example when I think of it, but I feel like games core gameplay mechanics usually keep a player base. Um, right? Because like at the end of the day, yeah, cool skins, new skins and shit coming out and stuff is cool and all, but like if the game sucks dick on launch and continues to suck dick after launch, people are gonna stop playing it, right? Every game's got their weird hook and stuff. Like Splitgate, it's portals and a lot of fast fluid movement and shit. Halo's got its own arcadey style shooter, arena style shooter gameplay mechanics. COD's got like loadouts and a bunch of 1,000 game modes and stuff. Like, if you don't have those core play mechanics that players enjoy off rip, then most likely people aren't going to drop like a bunch of money on it. Like, I feel like what about First Descendant? Isn't that like a game that like had a
oh
huge,
man,
massive
yeah, that
drop off, but it had
yeah,
really cool and hot skins and shit too?
yeah,
Like
man. But
you can't always count on like, you know,
you can't, but I think the problem is again, like I think a lot of times where these games kind of fail, like I think First Descendant is a different case because one, it's Nexon, so it's already targeting a whole different audience. It's targeting like their Korean audience, China, all that stuff. Like we're literally secondary to them.
right,
You know
but
what I mean?
like you have
They
Marvel Rivals too, which has great gameplay mechanics and great skins.
yeah. I guess you could say, but I think the thing is again, a lot of these games, right? Like, like I said, Mountaintop Studios was notorious for it too. Was Spectre Divide. It's like the game just came out, and here you are with a fucking $80 skin bundle. Like, bro, we don't
Right.
even know the game yet. We don't even.
Yeah.
I haven't even started my first. I just got out the tutorial, my man. Like,
Yeah.
you mean like I get like you
No, I
need to
like
make it.
no,
Hold up,
you
hold up. I get you need to make your return on these games because again, at the end of the day, you're releasing a product free to play, so you got to make this money. You have to make this money. That is the most important. These games aren't free just for the benefit of the doubt. They're free because they want to lower the barrier of entry as low as they can go, get you in there to spend money. You know what I mean,
yeah.
that's the difference between like a Call of Duty and like a Genshin Impact or like a Arc Raiders, which is going to be free to play, or like even like
Arc Raiders is gonna be free to play. I thought it was gonna be pay to
no, it's
play.
free. No, that's free to play. That's a free to
Is
play
it?
game.
Are
Yeah,
you
it's gonna be
sure?
free to play. Yeah, I'm almost 100% positive.
I'm about to Google that right now
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that was a $40 game on launch.
nah, that's gonna be the marathon's gonna be paid.
Marathon's not coming out.
Marathon's marathon,
Marathon's not coming out.
that shit's coming out.
That shit's if it comes out, I don't think it's gonna survive. No, it's supposed to be $40.
Oh, word? Well, I'll still pay you, man. I don't give a fuck. I'll
Yeah, I
pay
mean,
you.
like, yeah, Arc Raiders is lit. Um, this
But
this side
I
story,
I
but like,
think go ahead. Go ahead.
I think you're right. Like, you can't like look at Helldivers, right? When that game first launched, they had that Super Citizen Edition, which gave you that extra war bond and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It was $20 increase for a $40 game. So
That's
$40
not
investment.
bad. That's
$40
not bad.
investment is usually like it's like, oh, I'll check it out. And $40 it's a lot, but it's not 70, it's not 80, it's not $120 pre-order edition. And then it's like, if I really like the game, I can get super credits, purchase this war bond for another 20 with a bunch of other stuff, and enjoy more unlocking the content and enjoying the game. And what I like about Helldivers is that none of their war bonds expire, so you don't have that FOMO. The only FOMO, and ironically enough, it's not paid, is the actual world events like Super Earth getting invaded. If you didn't play it, you missed out on it. But that was, again, that's a different type of FOMO. It's a good type of FOMO. Because the moment they said Super Earth was invaded, everybody came back to the game. I was like, what the fuck? We got reinforcements. But I would say that, like, as far as like what I was trying to say earlier, I think there's a reasonable balancing in pricing for free to play games, which is like, especially at launch, which is like most of your skins should cost $20 at the most, 30 maybe. But I think in terms of like player trust, I think you're right. Like they need time to play the game and actually enjoy the game to see whether or not they want to invest it. And I think also, like, it's another thing where where was I gonna go with this? There is like a certain level of player entitlement too, if that makes sense. Like you have a lot of people that play free to play games and then get mad over, like, shit being expensive in the eShop. I think there's like a weird like criticism to be had, to get mad at a free to play game that actually sells you shit. But I think it's even weirder to like go. I want to say, like, go to the levels of like review bombing the game because there's an $80 skin, if that makes sense. If the gameplay itself is like good.
I think a lot of times the true problem is, again, like, you don't let these products cook enough, man. I really
Right.
think that's the problem. I think Fortnite has always had their monetization on point. Like, yes, their store is massive. There's way too many tabs, but
But what's like
the
the most you've ever spent on a Fortnite skin? Like $20?
I think if you buy a bundle, most of the times the bundle's like, maybe 25,
Yeah,
$24.
and then like the battle passes are always like 10, right? Or
Yeah,
did
it's
that
like 10.
increase?
It's like 10.
And
Yeah,
then
it's like
you
10.
always get like enough credits to buy the next
The
one,
next
right?
one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so they got monetization down because a lot of people end up using those credits they earned on skins that they want but don't have
Right.
enough money.
But you see
Yeah,
you see what Apex tried to do. Apex tried to say, "No,
Apex.
we're gonna
Yeah,
stop that.
and
We're gonna stop
it's
that."
and they went crazy with loot boxes and shit, and
Mhm.
the $300 death box skin is crazy to me. I still don't think it's like unless it affects gameplay, is kind of what I'm saying. Like, skins in the eShop probably shouldn't like get too mad about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's because, to me, I guess maybe I have a different, like, because now I see skins as just a waste of money, just like you just burned your $40 there. You know what I mean? So like to get mad at it, I can understand. To criticize it, I can understand. But to like go any further than that is like kind of like off the rails for me, I guess. Like
Right.
if we were to play like fucking we were to play like a really good MMO, and every mechanic, like the fishing mechanics fire, combat's fire, like everything about the game is fire, you know what I mean? And then
Right.
they introduce like a super regal east like what's it called when you overlay armor with like a transmog set, right? Where it's like it's $100. Like, I don't think I'd probably look at it and just like keep playing the game and then just like ignore the eShop shit, I guess. But if the transmog set had like gameplay mechanics intertwined with it. You know what I mean? I think I'd be a little bit more upset about that because that's like pay to win mechanics now.
Yeah, I just think my biggest thing with like I have no problem with monetization in games that are free to
Right.
play. My problem with a lot of monetization comes from the like the desensitization of some of these like
Studios.
Let's take Diablo for example, right? When they
Yeah,
did the
Diablo.
fucking
Oh,
the
I forgot about that.
$60 the $60 portals and shit. It's just kind of like you're desensitized to like your community, your player base. And then
Right.
on top of that, this isn't a free to play game. Like this isn't a
Yeah, it's just
this is something
is
people are paying $70 to
that
play.
was the waste of $70 that I was talked into buying.
I still like that game. That game's
I
still fire.
absolutely did not enjoy Diablo.
That joint
Shit.
fire, man. But like same thing with COD. COD has a new bundle come out every day. Like literally, there's a new bundle that you can
COD is
buy
weird because
every
like
day.
you technically can get some of the COD games for free, at least like the basics, and then then you get like Warzone for free, and it's like a loss leader, and like they'll show that for free. But if you want to play any of the standard game modes or the campaign or anything like that, you have to pay $70 for it.
Right.
I think in terms of like content, COD offers it a lot, but I think the support is just here's the game, here's a bunch of shit, and we're gonna go make the
We'll
next
get
one
there.
in
We'll
like a
get there
year.
when we get there. But
Yeah,
I just think the big like I have no problem in free to play games. The
I
only
don't.
problem that I have is like I think Apex. Apex did a little too much when they started doing the $150 collection events and the
Yeah,
fucking
Apex
$300.
is just egregiously greedy, and
Yeah,
and again, I feel like it's like if you want them to change, you just ignore the eShop. Like
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
can keep playing the game, but ignore the eShop. That's like the main thing I'm trying to say. Is like
yeah,
every time I see a backlash about a $300 skin or $80 skin, right? Like I already go like, yeah, the devs are fucking stupid for that. But like at the same time, I'm like, but I'm gonna just ignore it and keep pushing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
because
yeah. Of course,
if
that's what
it's
a
really
responsible adult does. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
and I'm like, I'm not gonna throw shade at the people that pay for it, but it's like
no,
at the
no, no,
same
no. We need
time,
to. We need to. We do need
at the
no, no,
same
no
time,
bullshit.
you
We
have
need.
to understand that you just wasted $300 on a video game, especially if it's a death box where you have to die to see it. And I think it is like the people that buy it then get mad about it after the fact are kind of just like weird to me. They're weird to me. All right. It's just weird. It's weird behavior to me. It's like I spent $300 on the thing and I realized it's not what I wanted, and now I'm angry. Review bomb. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, stupid.
you
It's
it's
stupid.
stupid to me. And I think it's like unless it's a gameplay hampering a mechanic, like I every time Helldivers introduces guns or weapons into the superstore, I'm kind of like I side eye, you know what I mean? I'm like, are we introducing pay to win mechanics now? But then most of the time the guns are like mediocre or like the weapons are just more of novelty. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I guess we're fine. But like, it's still like, like in a PvP setting, like you shouldn't have like gameplay mechanics that basically make the game pay to win.
Yeah,
And in the eShop, and I think that's my main takeaway is that like I get what you're saying. I think they should always make it if they want to make the most money, they have to have like a trust with their community. And since Splitgate 2 has just reignited the Splitgate OG community, along with a bunch of new players that are trying it out for the first time, I think the $80 skin in the shop is probably a bad impression. And they don't have any of the clout that I guess Call of Duty has, or Halo, or I guess fucking Fortnite. Or even Valorant at this point, because didn't Valorant on launch have like $100 skins and shit?
yeah. They're notorious for their shit too. But again, like I
Like
think with
Apex was
Valorant,
like a gradual increase, but like
yeah,
Valorant was off rip.
yeah. But I think again, the difference with like a game, like, and this is not excusing it too. Like same thing with
Right.
the First Descendant. I'm not excusing it. I think again they target different audiences. and those audiences are just about that life, bro. Like that is what they're like. Those like I'm not even trying to be funny when I say that, but those Chinese motherfuckers are about that shit, bro. They're about dropping $100 day one on some shit. Like they are about it. They are about it. They are about it. Like I seen it day one on First Descendant. You always see it on Valorant. You always see it on League of Legends. Like they are about it, bro.
Oh
They are
yeah, League
about it.
was another game that had like a $500 skin.
Oh, League of Legends. League of
Yeah,
Legends had the $500 skin for
yeah,
faking and shit like that.
yeah. And then he didn't even get like a cut of it, right? Like it was just based on him, but
Nah,
he didn't get any
yeah,
money out of it. Like so, I think
yeah,
people threw shade at him too for it, and he was like, "Dude, I'm not even getting paid for this." Like,
yeah, man. It's crazy, man. But like, not to spend too much time on that
oh, we
because
already did.
I feel like we always talk about that.
Yeah,
I think the problem with the Splitgate 2 guy, I mean, is
he
that
talks too much.
he there's a difference in being transparent, and then there's a difference between being like
Showing your
overly
ass.
transparent. Yeah, like overly transparent, showing your ass kind of. And I feel like when these type of situations happen, you should always try to make a post, talk to your people, but then dig your head back into work. I mean,
Yeah, I think
like
he made
stop
too
paying
many
attention.
apologies.
It's not even just that. He started like going after people like on Twitter. Like he was just
Oh
tweeting
yeah, I
people
did.
back
I
and
heard him murmuring about that, but I don't know what specifically he was
yeah,
talking
it
about.
wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't like he was being disrespectful. He was just kind of trolling. And it was just like one of those things where it's like, bro, like you need to be locked in on this game right now. Because listen, we're gonna end this section by saying I really want Splitgate 2 to succeed in ways that a lot of these other games I know will never touch. Like I really think Splitgate 2 is a great product, great free to play game. I think they've done almost everything right. I really like the battle pass. It's $5 fucking dollars. There's a lot
Mhm.
of content within it, like cool things to get. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of game modes on release. There's a battle royale. There's a fucking a forge, something that Halo didn't have till a year or two after it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Infinite took 2 years to get Forged to be out, and then like another year for it to be functional. Um, and they
like I
scrapped a lot
said,
of things
man,
they tried to do.
I think Splitgate 2 is a great game. I'm not gonna rate it because it's like a free to play game. Like if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 8. It's like an 8,
Oh yeah,
8.5.
it's a solid. It's a like in terms of like an FPS, it's a solid 8 to 9. Like it's got a lot of
Yeah.
content off rip, and people should at least try it before they pass judgment on it.
All
So
right.
I would definitely recommend it.
So let's bang because we got a lot of things to talk about on this podcast, man. It's gonna be a long one, y'all. So lock.
Mm, Man.
This next game, we're gonna cruise past this one, but this is another game that I really want to succeed, and I hope it succeeds. I really fucking hope it does well. And that game is called Fragpunk, man. Fragpunk is a free-to-play game, made by NetEase, the same people who made Marvel Rivals. So it's like they got Marvel Rivals and they got this, but they're two totally different games, so it kind of works. Like Fragpunk is like a 5v5 S&D search and destroy one life type game.
Mm.
Best of 5 in ranked,
It's got like
best of
a weird
4.
card mechanic to
Yeah, it
it.
has a weird like perk mechanic. So every round you guys vote on cards that you want to bring in. They're called shard cards. And it'll give you a set of random 3 cards. Some of them are buffs, some buffs to you, some of them are, you know, nerfs to your enemy. Some of them just do weird shit like add foliage to the map so you can like sneak around and hide and shit like that. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
there's like a lot of unique cards. I think that's my favorite thing about it is like you can literally change up every round. Like there's a card where it's like it's knives only for everybody. You know what I mean? So it'll just be a round where everybody's got to use their knives, like nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. It's like a nice little arena shooter, but like just random gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, then
Just
they have a card called Tariff, which is funny for the time period. They got a card called Tariff, where it's like basically for all the points that your opponent spends that round on shard cards, your team gets that shit because y'all share a pool of points to put on the shard card. So it's like they got a lot of unique cards. The shooting feels really good. That's my favorite thing about the game. Fragpunk has really good shooting. It feels really good. There's damage numbers, so you kind of know what your bullets are doing. It's not like Valorant where there's random recoil patterns that you have to learn. It's kind of like the shooting feels like Call of Duty, and that's what I really like about it. Like I really like the way the weapons feel, the response to shooting them. Your character's abilities are really dope. They essentially just took all of the Apex characters and you know reskinned them and gave them kind of different abilities. I mean, like they have like Rampart, but she doesn't have a minigun. She has a drone instead. I mean, they've got what's her name, Wraith, but she doesn't make portals. She just goes invisible. Like, there's a lot of cool things they did to this game. I really want this game to win because I think it's a really good product. I really like the game. I've
Mhm.
streamed it a couple times. Um, I would like to stream it more, to be honest, because I really like the game. Um, I think you should go play it. I think it's a great free to play game. I haven't spent anything in it yet. They have the weird. So this game has a weird monthly membership thing that you could pay for, or an annual membership you could pay for, which gives you like kind of like Fortnite, where it gives you currency every month. It unlocks the entire roster of characters for you. It gives you the battle pass, all that shit for free. You know what I mean, and you just
Mhm.
pay for that. You just pay for that shit every month, or you could do the annual thing, which just kind of locks you in for a year. Um, I didn't do either. And it's not like I think if I was playing the game a lot more, I probably would give into those things because I don't think memberships are like bad. Like I pay for the Fortnite crew shit, and I barely play Fortnite that much anymore. I just like the fact that I have like when I do get back on, I have that currency to go and play with. I mean, I got the battle passes. I don't have to worry about because Fortnite has 4 battle passes. It has
Mhm.
4 different battle passes, so it's like with their Fortnite crew shit, you get all 4 battle passes, and you get the Rocket League battle pass, and you get a 1,000 V-bucks. You know what I mean? Like, just for me, it was working when I was playing Fortnite. I have no problem with these memberships. I really don't. I'm gonna just put that on air right now. I think these memberships, like, if you're playing the game, $10 a month is like nothing, dog. Like, I mean, if you're playing the game that much that you kind of want everything, it's not that bad. And they give you a lot of free shit too within the game too. So I thought that was really cool. I like the game. Want to get to streaming it more. It's kind of hard to get my friends to play it because from the eye test, like it doesn't look that good, like visually appeasing to a lot of people. Some people don't like the art style, um, but it's a really good game. It's a really good game if you just kind of want to ignore that thing. Um, I also give this an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, I think it's a really good game. I think you should go and play it.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll
really
probably
fun
check it
game.
out when I get time.
Yeah, ranked is dope too. Like ranked is like really satisfying. Like I mean, like everybody plays the game really well together. Like the randoms I've always got have been pretty active and like work together as a team. And I always like that. I mean,
Mhm.
all right, man. Tell us about Doom: The Dark Ages, man. I didn't get to play this game yet. It's
All
free
right.
on Game Pass, but I'm trying to beat Eternal. Once I probably finish up this podcast, I might go live and finish Eternal tonight because I want to finish that game and get the fuck off of my playlist for the weeks and shit. Um,
I want to
but this is the
say
newest game, man. Tell us about Doom: The Dark Ages. Man.
Doom: The Dark Ages is a solid entry, but I don't think it's is gonna be as it's not as good as Eternal in a couple different ways, but it's its own thing. Like it's all right. One thing I liked about Doom and Doom Eternal, like the original Doom or Doom 2016 and Eternal, was the faster gameplay. It's still the Doom style shooter, but Eternal really ramps up the intensity in terms of like fast movement. Dark Ages does like the opposite, and instead you're not moving as fast. You don't have like crazy dodges and stuff, but you do have like a lot more in your arsenal, and you're a lot more, I guess, not physically stronger, but more options. Like you get the shield parry mechanic is a lot of fun in the game, and I think like I like it just as much as like the fast fluid gameplay as Eternal. But it's also like you feels like you're playing like a slightly different game, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's a different game play style. Like you're still doing Doom shit. Like, you're still ripping and tearing, but like you feel the impact of your hits is a lot stronger. You're not like crazy fast, but you're also like not super squishy. Because like in Doom Eternal, especially if you played on hard, it's like you can go down
Yeah,
in
that
an
game is
instant.
crazy.
Yeah, especially I haven't played the DLCs for Eternal yet. I want to go back and play them, but like fuck, towards the end of Eternal, it was like Jesus Christ, like you're moving a mile a second. But Doom in the Dark Ages is like its pacing is pretty good. It's a lot more sandbox-ish than I want to say Eternal was. In terms of like the maps design. I like a lot of like the actual aesthetics, and I do enjoy the overall story, although it's like a Doom story, so it's not really like you're not getting a lot of depth out of it. You're getting like a lot of like, this is the bad guy. This is why we need to kill the bad guy. Go kill the bad guy. All right, I'm gonna go kill the bad guy. The bad guy did a thing. Okay, I gotta go kill the bad guy again, but I gotta kill this other bad guy to kill that bad guy. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm not writing home about the story. I've never written home about Doom Eternal story at all. I always thought they were funny the way you interacted with the world as the Doom guy. That's a lot of that's very much here, but fucking, I think the parry mechanics great. The shield in general is awesome. I like a lot of the melee mechanics. A lot of the weapons are fucking cool, and how they change the upgrade system from like just this is the shotgun that shoots a grenade launcher. This is a shotgun that's rapid fire. They really revamped that, so it's a lot more stronger, or diverse, and like kind of fit a different like shooting style and everything. I do actually like the mech sections, although I know that the mech and the dragon sections are like basically just like your action, basic action on rails ish type gameplay, if that makes sense. But they're still fun to play, if that makes sense. Like it's like you're playing an old school 2000s game. Like kind of like how when Warhammer came out, the second one, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is just like playing like an original war, like an original 2000s game." Like you were like, you got your standard campaign, then you had some PvP multiplayer and shit, and then you had some PvE stuff you could do after the campaign. It's kind of like that same feel, but without like the PvP. Because there is no multiplayer in this one. The other two did have multiplayer, but this one doesn't, and it's strictly just story campaign. And I think there's a couple challenges you can do from the menu screen and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a solid Doom game. I want to give it like an 8 out of 10 overall. Doom 2016, Doom Eternal are both like 10 out of 10 games for me. So this one's like falls a little bit shorter, but that's just because I feel like it's what they focused on was just mostly just the campaign stuff. And that's basically it. So it's definitely a get on Game Pass type game, and if you buy it, it's probably worth the money for you.
What do you rate it? What do you rate it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, what do you rate it?
I just said it.
Yeah, I ain't hear you. Say it again. I did not hear you say
Bro
that.
was on his phone the whole time. He was like,
Nah, I was like, what?
I said it was like an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, my bad, y'all. And I did not hear that. That shit went right through my ears, man. Because everything you said, listen, everything you said is everything I've been seeing in the reviews. Like a lot of people were saying, like, you know, this one's like a lot more grounded, a lot more slower than Eternal, and that you may or may not like it. You literally said the same thing. I think I'm gonna like it, but I think Eternal kind of got me like Eternal's like really like that shit's like really fucking fast, dog. Like there's certain rooms I get in Eternal, I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like this is so much
Eternal gets to the point towards the end of the campaign where I am just mashing my finisher button at all times just because I
Get
need
the health.
HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like
Yeah.
I'm going from dude to dude to dude to dude. And I think that's the feel that they want you to have in Eternal. They want you to feel like you are ripping and tearing literally everybody. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but there are sections, especially when you get the enemies that aren't like the marauders and shit, that are fucking really annoying to deal with. That slow down your gameplay because you have to kind of think with them, where everything else is just shoot the weak point, hit the button. You know what I mean? Marauders are like, you gotta like counter, you gotta like dodge, you gotta do everything perfectly, otherwise they basically one hit you. Like Dark Ages has some characters or some enemy types that are very strong, because I played it on hard. So it might, if you're playing it on normal, it might be a little bit easier, but like the parrying system makes it like it makes up for that fast gameplay. I want to say, you know what I mean? Like the parry system. Once you get it down, once you understand it fully, you kind of just get like, oh man, like, and I thought the game was too slow for me, so they have customization for difficulty, and I actually increased the game speed by like 20%, and then it was like perfect for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it got a little bit harder, but like it was still like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'll probably end up playing it on Game Pass. I was gonna buy it.
No, I put it on Game Pass. You might as well if you have it.
Yeah, I have all the Doom games on PlayStation. I was like, I might as well buy this on PlayStation. But
yeah, play it on fucking.
When a lot of
PC.
people are telling me it's not as good as Eternal, and like, I know I might get some hate from this, but I don't think Eternal's like all that good. I still think Doom 1 was the Doom 2016.
Doom 2016 was really good, and that's only because, I mean, aside from a really good campaign, a solid campaign, they added multiplayer and they had Snap Map, and I feel like those added a lot of replayability to the game. Eternal did not have multiplayer; it had some weird asymmetrical multiplayer that I barely touched. But aside from that, the main campaign for Eternal is fucking just a lot of fun to play through.
Yeah, it's fun, but that should be having you sweating, bro. It's like,
but I think that's what Doom players want, and I think a lot of them were turned off by the fact that the gameplay for Eternal or Dark Ages is a lot slower, and
I heard
and
it's
the
like
fact
easier too.
you can make it easier and you can make it harder, but some people want like that preset difficulty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So like you could play on Ultra Nightmare, but then go into the difficulty settings and make every enemy stupidly slow. You know what I mean? So it's and I think I'm not sure if it disables achievements or for that specific achievements, but like people wanted that like stock this is hard mode. You know what I mean? You know, like when we play Halo 2 on Legendary, it's stupidly difficult.
Yeah.
Like they want that. They don't want to be able to customize their difficulty experience because they feel like it ruins the challenge for them, and they feel like you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like Elden Ring, you know, like if you make it had a difficulty slider on Elden Ring, it kind of just defeats the point of Elden Ring, which is like
way. Yeah, I'm the same way. Okay. Yeah, then all right, bet. Pick it up on Game Pass. Got it. All right.
Yeah, like it's an 8 out of 10 for the game series.
Let's talk about another game that should have came out on Game Pass, and if you're screaming game of the year, it's probably cooked. Let's talk about what a lot of people, want to hear me talk about. That Elden Ring Night Ring. Let's talk about it. Can I take the floor on this one? Can I take the floor?
Sure, I played the shit out of it too.
All right. Did you beat it yet?
I'm on the last boss technically, but there's a lot more game I can play.
Yeah, you're pretty far. So for me, I only beat the first Night Lord thing. I only beat that joint because to its detriment, right? It's gonna lose. I'm just letting y'all know right now. The highest this game can be is a 7 out of 10. I'm letting y'all know this right now. I mean, before I even get into the meat of this review, it can only be a 7 out of 10 because the fact that they released a multiplayer game with no fucking crossplay, no voice chat. Fuck, there's not even a text chat, my man. We gotta take 3 points off the rip. I'm doing that from now on too. Your game is a multiplayer game, social game.
My man,
You know what I mean? And it has no crossplay. I'm taking 2 to 3 points off
Blaze
every
has beef with Souls games and finally met a Souls game that wasn't like universally praised, and now he's tearing into it. His
listen,
his
hold
hater
up, hold up.
energy is peaking
Hold
right
up,
now.
hold up. I'm about to surprise all of y'all because I've said it on stream a lot of times. So if you've been in my streams, y'all know I really like the game. I really like the game. Like no bullshit. I really like the game. I've said it even when we talked about it up until its release, is that I've always felt like, these Souls-like games would be a lot more funner if I had somebody to suffer with. You know what I mean? If I had somebody to go through this thing with, and it wasn't this weird rigmarole of like, all right, let me put my finger down. Did you put the password in? Did you put this password in? Okay, let's try it again. Did that password go through? Oh, you got me. Okay. The boss, and then now I can't see you again until I get to the next area. I always hated the way the multiplayer worked, but now that we got like a fully fledged multiplayer Elden Ring experience, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really like the roguelikeness to this game. Like I really like coordinating shit with my boys because I played with randoms like twice and I refuse to ever do that again because again, there's
Oh
no
yeah,
voice
you
chat.
can. Yeah,
No
me and
voice
BK
chat.
go through that every time we play this game. We don't have a third. I want to
No,
get a
hit up
third.
Dr. Kai's because he's got this shit for PC, but he's
Oh
got
shit, I
nobody to play
forgot.
with.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Fucking
hit him up.
because I forgot. I think he jumped in my stream in the beginning and was like, "Yo, hit me up." I was like, "All right, bet," and then totally forgot about it. My
Yeah,
bad.
man,
But,
because
like
he's got nobody to play
we've
this shit with.
we've literally every time we've gotten like it's hit or miss with the randoms. It's literally like you got a guy that has no idea what he's doing or runs across to the other side of the map and does whatever the fuck he wants, and then you'll have a dude that's like clutch, and I'm like
Yeah,
it's just a flip of a coin, and you can't
yeah.
communicate, and that is such like I'm not like gonna be as harsh on their multiplayer foray because I think this is one of two multiplayer games that are coming out for them. The second one is gonna be on Switch too. I
Nah,
think
we gotta
just
go in. We gotta go in. We gotta
I'm
go
pretty
in.
no because the game director is a new guy. It's not the same guy that made the last few Souls games. Um, which is fuck, I forget his name, but like he's a new guy. He's getting his feet wet, and so far with just what he's thrown out so far is pretty decent. Now I have to take off points for obvious reasons. Crossplay not being there is fucking a huge missed opportunity for them to get into the fucking current gen of gaming. Um not having a decent they have a ping system, but it's like literally the basics of ping system. It's here's a point on the map.
Here's our
That's it.
marker.
Here's a map
Here's
marker.
where I'm thinking of going.
It's so basic. It's laughable that it's to call it a ping system. It's literally just Elden Ring's original ping system, but like everybody can see it now.
Just putting a marker down. Yeah, that's all you're doing is putting a marker down.
Sometimes I accidentally mark when I'm doing a bunch of shit on controller because apparently if you hold like L and then Y and then back and then click a stick or something, you can just mark yourself at your current location. And I was just like, I would do it randomly, but it's only because I'm trying to do my fucking character ability and not die. But either
Which is
way, like
clunky as fuck. Which is clunky as fuck. But
I think it
it's not
depends on
that
the
bad.
character. It
Yeah.
depends on the character. I feel like I've gotten Iron Eye down to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm fairly confident I can take this dude into any raid and just be fine.
Is that
I've that's the archer dude, yeah.
That's who I've been playing as, man. I've been
Yeah, I
flying.
feel like if you're like if you're struggling to find a character, Iron Eye might be like a good. It's also because I like
good base.
he's good. He's good for if you're playing with voice comms. He's good fucking for callouts. He's great for callouts. Ops, super great for revives because he can just range you from a distance and just keep an eye on the enemy. I've like saved my team a couple times because of that. But like I really want to like the fucking curse blade dude. I really do, but it's just so hard to play him and then have a dude that can fly, like the one boss that's like a literal blob that floats around and you're just like with your curse blade out moving 2 inches at a time and it's just flying around. It's too fast for you to get over there, so you gotta put it away, run over it, and pull it back out, and then it doesn't attack you, so you can't. He's literally like built for like bosses that are land based and also like hit you with like melee combos. But anything that's like flying or does ranged attacks, he's literally almost garbage. Like he's just like it just sucks. He could just turn into like a giant wolf and like maybe do some damage. But other than that, he's just like it sucks that his Sekiro ability is locked to his like one sword that makes him move like 2 inches at a time. I haven't really played many of the magic casters either. Though BK really likes Recluse a lot, and I can see why, because it's caster one or a summoner based class. So like you summon a bunch of mobs, and any mob that you kill will be automatically summoned as a spirit to help you. Which can range from like basic enemies to like semi smaller mini bosses. So I want to say like overall as like the characters you can play as are really, you know, widely variety. I really wanted to like Duchess a lot, but super
man, me too.
squishy, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Super squishy, and I'm a clumsy guy, so I get taken out.
That's probably one thing I don't like about the game too, and I know it's the point of the game. Like I know, before one of y'all it hops in my stream or hops on this video on YouTube or whatever, I know, bro. I know that the game is meant for you to play these preset characters. But honest to God, y'all have a really like they had the opportunity to do like a really cool thing with the roguelike scenario of this game, and I feel like they kind of just like they kind of squandered it a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, dog. I really like this game. I really like when you lose, and it's just like it's not like Elden Ring when I lose and I'm just like, dog, I'm done with this game. Let me delete this shit. It's like I lose. It's like, come on, boys, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back.
Well,
like,
yeah, because you have that multiplayer game.
We got really close. Let's run it back, dog.
And it's also like I thought of this way after the fact. It's like kind of like the Souls version of a Monster Hunter game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. I think that I like how you've kind of got to plot your course. Like you kind of got to be like, okay, we want this item, so let's go to this place. We want that item, so let's go to this place. We need more flash, so let's hit this church. Let's hit that church. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the flow of the like. I've been telling everybody.
It's very open on how you attack enemies too.
Exactly. And it's like every run is different, so it doesn't feel like even when you lose, it doesn't feel like I wasted my time. It feels like I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Except for
some relics at the end, so it makes the run kind of worth it.
I feel so bad because the last Sunday we were streaming the final boss, and I think our last run we got a guy that I don't know if he rage quit or if he got kicked because of network issues, but he got kicked early on, and we thought we were just gonna duos it and just lose, like we were fine, and then he comes back at the literal second night, when we're fighting the second night boss right before the third. And he's like locked to level 6. And I'm like, God damn, dude, I'm so sorry. So he get like insta downed the moment that he gets hit by anything. And I'm like, and he's playing as a wilder. So he has to actually go in there and fight. He's got no damage. He's got no abilities that could probably like help us aside from his ult, maybe. And that
like dying in that game. Dying in that game is kind of like unforgiving too, because you die. And you die in like a fucked spot, like especially if you get hit by the circle. It's like all those runes are gone and you lost the level. It's like
I think the most frustrating thing for reviving teammates is the targeting. Because
oh my god, dog.
They need to. The Iron Eye, so well, even with Iron Eye, even with Iron Eye, I still have to fight to get it off the enemy that I'm like not even facing, because it'll turn me like a full 180 degrees to face something that I'm not trying to lock onto. And then fucking like I want to lock onto the guy that's on my teammate on the ground. But if there's like a slight rock up, like slightly above, you have to walk all the way up to him and then lock on, and then now you can start doing it.
Though they did that on purpose.
No, I feel like that's just because the game is. I feel like the game's
Holy shit,
I feel like the game's DNA is Elden Ring, and it's not designed for that, and that's why it struggles, because you're in like a weird down state, and that's like something totally like new, and it's like built off the bones of Elden Ring. So it's like it's not meant for that. So they need to fix that because it's really fucking annoying to target your teammate and you can't target them because there's an enemy that's slightly to your left and it's prioritizing that as the targeting. And I'm just
Right.
like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, is it annoying? And then trying to pull the stick to get it to target the fucking teammate is stupid
Yeah, it
as
is
fuck.
annoying. It is
I
annoying.
will also say the third bar revives are hateful.
Yeah.
Absolutely hateful.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Needs a nerf because it's like
I think
two bars is easy. Third bar is like, why the fuck am I putting in my entire quiver into your ass cheeks and you're still only at like 2 bars right now? Like,
yeah,
what
man,
the
it's
fuck?
crazy. It's crazy. I think like this game will probably get better with time. I don't know how much
Oh yeah,
they're
for sure.
planning on kind of supporting it because I know like a lot of people are just done.
Oh,
Like,
they released
a lot of people beat it and they're
I
just
think
like,
they
okay, I'm done.
no, I was saying on stream that they're already planning content updates and refreshing maps and stuff. So I think they're going to try and support this. This might be the Souls live service game.
That's cool. That's
But I
cool.
don't think
I'm
it's
down with that.
traditional live service because there is no like.
Yeah, there's no story none. I know we're getting duos though. I know duos is coming.
Yeah, I
Duos is
can't
coming,
wait for
right.
fucking duos, dude. I
Yeah, me
cannot wait.
neither. Because I think the biggest problem, and again, I'm not going to take any points off for this. I mean, I'm not. It's not the game's fault. It's a friend fault. Yeah, I mean, like it's always hard to find that third person. I always have two, but then my third person just kind of like flakes and shit. It's like I said, with these types of games, I want to be able to communicate. So I'm not playing with no randoms. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
duos will get me to play it a lot more, like a lot more. Like y'all see it on my schedules every week. Like it's Call of Duty and Night Rain on Fridays, but we never usually get the Night Rain because my third drops out. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's chalk for the night.
And the gameplay for Night Rain is I would say a lot more fluid than Elden Ring because it is a lot faster, especially the sprinting.
Yeah,
I
and
enjoy
it's
the combat.
It's $40. Like I gotta give praise on that.
It is a $40
like,
game.
even if like I think, and this is just probably a me thing. Like it's a roguelike, so there's only so much content you're gonna get out of this. Like I told people in my chat, like if you played this game for like 3-4 hours, you played the whole game. Like you've literally seen everything. You just haven't
no, because it does have a lot of like Souls-like story beats you can unlock. There's secrets. It's secrets. There's side character shit you can do. It has a lot more to offer than your standard roguelike where you go through the main story and you die and reset and die and reset and then you're done. But I will say that like in terms of like builds, it does offer a good variety, especially when you start actually unlocking like talismans from bosses you slain to help you like kind of like lock in a certain build for a certain character, and then like unlocking like the new chalices and stuff for each character to kind of like revamp the core mechanics of that character that you're working on.
Right.
But I'd say at $40 it's not a bad game.
Yeah, you can't be too rough at it, but at the same time, I think
no crossplay, no voice comms, no good pinging system, and kind of like a hit or miss matchmaking system, I guess, because some people complain that they will be in a duos, and when they're looking for random, it takes them forever. I sometimes, for the most part, me and BK have lucked out, but like one time we did have like a 3-minute queue for no fucking reason. And then I requeued and then we were fine. But yeah, like I feel like as a multiplayer experiment, this is not a bad
it's
product.
Not bad. What do you rate it? What do you rate it?
It's a 7 out of 10.
Okay. What do you rate it?
It's just fuck you, dog. I just said it. 7 out of 10. God.
I give it the same thing. Maybe like a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Nah, I'm not. I can't.
Hold on. I can't be too hard on it because again, it's a $40 game. But the crossplay shit does have me kind of pissed off. But
that's why it's a 7 out of 10. Yeah, because like anything lower than a 7 means it's like there's something fun. Like the mechanics that I complained about are fixable. And it's not to the point where I'm like, bro, this game is unplayable. I can't play this game. Like, it's not even close to that. It's literally a fun game. It's
It is
funner with
fun.
friends,
I
like
like
all
it.
multiplayer games, but it's not lower than a
It
7.
could
Like,
be a 7.5 with duos. If they brought duos
well, they
on
will
release,
bring duos,
well,
but
it
yeah,
could be a 7.5. But as of right now, it's a 7. And
if
I
they
don't think
if they were to do this over again with all the feedback from the player base, I think it would have been a solid 8 to 9.
now they give it crossplay, which I know they ain't going to do. I can give it an 8. I could probably give it an 8.5 of crossplay. I think.
Yeah, the crossplay is the reason why it's not an 8.
Yeah, I think them locking it to just like whatever system you're on, like, bro, it's not even console to console. Like, fuck. Usually that's like the
Yeah,
bare minimum is like console
console
to
to console,
console.
PC
Like,
separate. Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. Like
But no,
that's
it's you're
crazy.
locked to your region, yeah. And
That is
I feel
crazy.
like I know that the Switch 2 one is supposedly multiplayer as well. So
Yeah, so
we'll
we'll
see
see
how
how that
that turns
works.
out. But I think
See how
that's
that
a
works.
different game director.
Yeah, this was not made by the man himself, so that's why again, like a lot of the jank that people say about this game feels different from the jank of Elden Ring because it's not the same person behind it. But I like dog, real shit. Like I don't want anybody to think I hate this game. I really like this game.
He
I just don't want to
despises it.
see. I do not want to see this game
I
at the
try to
game
give
of
it
the
a
year
6.5. You
conversation.
heard it.
I want to see this next game that I'm about to talk about at the game of the year conversation. And I'm about to cook with this joint, man. Let's talk
Okay.
about a game because I already told y'all I really like my game of the year right now, up until I played this next game, was Monster Hunter. I thought Monster Hunter really nailed it. I finally beat Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I stick to where I said it was at. I think I put it at like an 8 or like an 8.5. I think it's still like there, like an 8.5, like maybe a 9, like maybe a 9, but it's like an 8.5. There's a couple things about it like that kind of turn me off a little bit, but I think for the most part I really like the Shadows. But my game of the year it was Monster Hunter. 100%, 10 out of 10. But man, listen, Expedition 33 is one of the best. Like, dog, and I don't want to copy what a lot of people are saying because I've seen a lot of reviews and they all feel the same way as me. You know what I mean, and I hate sounding like I hate being in the echo chamber for like what other creators are saying. But I'm gonna just
If you
say
like the game, you like the game. Like,
this game might be in my top 10 of all time, dog.
that's crazy.
And I'm only like 10, 15 hours into it. I'm not that far into it, but the game is so fucking good, dog. Like the writing is good, the characters are great, the combat is a fucking one. All right.
Hey, another turn-based RPG that, is made by a semi-large, semi-independent studio being game of the
Bro,
year.
it's made by
Crazy.
33 people. 33 people made this game.
It's almost reminding me of another game that's turn-based and got game of the year.
33 33 motherfucking ex Ubisoft developers made this game, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I forget the devs are all French.
So the crazy thing about this game, and it has me looking at Ubisoft crazy, is it's not the talent. They had the talent. They had the talent to make good games. They just wouldn't let them because this game is fucking fire, dog. Like, I don't want to say too much, like, because again, I'm only like 15 hours in. I'm gonna tell you it's a 10 out of 10.
Ubisoft is
I'm
like
gonna tell you it's a 10
desperate
out of
for
10.
a live service single player game, and I think that's what they try to do with Shadows. And Shadows had a lot of weird controversies about their monetization for that game. I think they
Yeah,
reversed it, right?
they have a Dead by Daylight event in that game. Like, what the
Why?
fuck? Like, yeah, I mean, that's what I said, bro. That's what I said.
Just like, isn't it like, all right, I have to say, I'm gonna get sidetracked here. It's one of
Right.
the weirdest things to see, like crossovers, right? For certain games.
Right.
007 has a crossover, like that game that hasn't out yet has a crossover for Hitman. And I thought it was the weirdest fucking thing that the Summer's Game Fest dedicated like 20 fucking minutes to that crossover for Hitman, a game that's
Yeah.
been out for
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah, it's
I was
weird.
like, that was all the games that you've showcased, including Resident Evil, and you dedicate 20 minutes to this fucking. I'm sorry, like, no shame to people who like
Nah,
playing
Summer
Hitman,
Games
but it's
Fest
just like
was kind of bad. It was kind of bad. But we'll
no,
get
it
there when we
wasn't
get there.
bad. It was just
It
like
was
that was
bad,
the
bro.
one moment that I was just looking at. I was like, what the
Bro, that
fuck?
shit
Why
was
is this getting so much
bad.
airtime? How much
That
did
shit was
they pay
bad.
you for this?
But listen, let's talk about this great game that y'all need to run. Like I said, 10 out of 10. This game's 10 out of 10.
Don't give me any spoilers because I do want to play the game.
I'm not giving you any spoilers. I'm just gonna tell you, like I said, I don't want to say too much because I'm only 15 hours in my damn self. So it's like I can only say so much. But I will say the combat is great. It's kind of like it's turn-based, but like there's QT, like not QTEs, but you gotta parry, you gotta jump, you gotta dodge, you gotta do a bunch of different things. There's different
It's skill. It's not
counters.
QTEs where it's like a prompt and then you just like do the thing. It's like it's skill based.
Yeah, it's all about timing. It's all about
Yeah.
timing. It feels really satisfying when you hit a parry off. The music is 10 out of the music is like 13 out of 10. I already know the music's winning an award.
Is
at
it
the game.
33 out of 10?
Bro, it's so fucking good. That soundtrack. So I had people in my stream just being like, bro, like I need this soundtrack. And it's already out on all DSPs. So you can go. I have it on my phone and everything. 8 hours worth of music, by the way. 8 hours worth of music.
God damn.
They fucking cooked with the soundtrack, dog. And you know I'm a sucker for good games with good music, dog. This game is fucking fire, dog. This game is my game of the year right now. And it's I don't think people keep saying Ghost to Yote, Ghost to Yote, Ghost to Yote. I don't even think Ghost to Yote could take the spotlight from this. And again, I don't want to be an echo chamber for other creators because I've heard this same sentiment across the board. Expedition 33 is literally what the gaming community needs. We need this type of game. Like we honestly need a game that is going against the grain. Like I almost kind of wish GTA came out this year just for the sole fact that I kind of wanted to see Expedition 33 beat GTA 6 because I feel like it would. If you take all the dick riding and all that shit out of GTA 6, because it's just a massive amount of dick riding at this point. Like, let's keep it real. Am I gonna play GTA 6 on release? You're fucking right. But am I like, can I not breathe without GTA 6? Dog, this year is so good for games, dog. I don't give a fuck about GTA 6. We've got heat after heat after heat after heat after heat coming out. Dog, we're a week away from Death Stranding 2, which I'll be giving y'all a review when we get to that podcast. We're 2 months away from the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say you're probably excited for that.
Absolutely. Like I think this year was so good for games, bro. It's like I don't care about a GTA 6. And it's like for this game to be $45 on all platforms and then be on Game Pass is crazy. Like I'm trying to buy this joint physical because I really like that game that much. I want to get it on my PlayStation physical because I'm playing it on Game Pass because I was just like, all right, I like turn-based games. I'm a Final Fantasy head. Let me check this joint out. Square Enix. I know y'all not listening to this podcast. Y'all need to go back to the turn-based shit, man. This is what y'all do, and y'all do it very well. But they beating you at your game, bro. Because their turn-based shit is so good. Like every character has their own like uniqueness to it. Like this isn't a spoiler, but like the main character Gustav, he has like this arm ability. He has like this arm, and every time you hit an enemy, you charge it. And once you get to 10 charges, you can literally let off like his ultimate. You know what I mean? And then you have like Lune, which is like your like magic user. Like for every different element you use, you stack it up, and then you have an ability where you can just crash all that damage into your opponent. Then you have like Mael, she has different stances for every different ability. She can go into a different stance. If the enemy's on fire, she'll be putting in a certain stance. I mean, I really like how there's like synergy and there's like builds to all these characters. Like there's like these things called pictos, and you put them on your characters, and you can kind of make like unique builds with your characters. Man. Like you can, like I've seen a dude he made with Soel, he made like a fucking one hit KO, like 3 million damage fucking build with her, like which is like further into the game. But it's crazy, like the type of shit you can do, man. You know what I mean? And this game, has some of the best gaming. Like from what I'm getting from the game right now, the game is all about like fear and grief and sadness. Like this game is like really depressing. Like, I would not play this game if you were not in the right mindset because this game is depressing. Like people are dying left and right. That's all I'm gonna say. Like people are fucking dying, and people are fucking going through it mentally and all types. This game is kind of dark, and I like that. I like how this game handles a lot of its different tropes and narratives and stuff. Like this game is, and I'm only 15 hours in chat. Like this is a 40, I heard like 40 to 50 hour game to like beat. Like if you just kind of run through it and don't do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But the game is dope, dog. The game is so good. It's so good. It's so good, bro. Like, but play it now. Like, play it now. Like, I mean, play it now. I mean, I'm hoping to put like more time into it because I haven't put a lot of time into it because like, my new streaming schedule, having a baby and stuff's kind of difficult. But I really like the game, Chad. I really like the game. I thought the game was I think it's really good, bro. I think it's really good. 10 out of 10. 33 out of 10. You know what I mean?
33 out of 10.
33 out of 10. Probably the best game to come out of the 2020 so far, dog. You know what I mean? Until Resident Evil 9 comes out. But I got one more game to review, and then we're gonna get in this main shit. It's really fast. Really fast. I know we're like almost 2 hours in this podcast. We got fucking nowhere.
Spent like an hour talking about Call of Duty and Splitgate. Shit is crazy.
Dragon Ball Squadra, right? It's called, I can't say the first word, but it's their new MOBA game. It's a mobile game that is like on everything. I think it's on everything but the Switch. So it's like PlayStation. Oh, sorry, it's on Switch, PlayStation, PC, mobile. It's not on Xbox. It's not on Xbox for some reason. It's not on Xbox. But it's a MOBA game. It's kind of like Pokemon Unite. If you play Pokemon Unite, it's kind of like League of Legends, but it's more like Pokemon Unite because it's like 4v4, smaller map. It's like literally 2 lanes, a top and a bottom and a mid jungle. It's really fun. I like it. They just had their beta test this weekend. I got to try it out. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun. Can't wait for it to come out, man. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
I played it. I enjoyed it. We had some other things that we're going to review for y'all, but just for time's sake, we're going to push that to the next episode so we have some things to talk about other than Death Stranding too, because we really got to talk about Summer Games Fest and all this other shit, the meat and potatoes of this podcast, man. I mean, let's start with the let's start with the Sony State of Play, man. So we have 3. We don't have E3 anymore. E3's dead. So everybody's doing their own fucking thing now. So we have Xbox had a showcase. We had Summer Games Fest, and then we had Sony's State of the Play. Sony State of Play was first. They showed off a couple games. They showed off Final Fantasy Tactics, the Violus Chronicles, which is a remake, I believe.
They remade the old Tactics and shit.
Yeah, that may be a day one cop for me.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out if it's on multiplat.
They showed a Pragmata.
Pragmata might be a day one cop. That's a multiplat.
That's definitely a day one cop. That's
It might be. It gives me like Space Last of Us vibes, but at the same time, I'm a little like positively cautious about it.
It looks good. I think it looks good. We got Silent Hill F. They showed off with a release date that's coming out September 25th. So right in time for spooky season. So I mean, y'all got your spooky season game for me this year. I'll be playing it. I really like that. That is a Silent Hill game that's not based in the city of Silent Hill. It's actually based in Japan.
Crazy.
So it's really crazy, like really crazy. We got another Bloodstained game. And if you don't know what Bloodstained is, it's like the spiritual successor of Castlevania. It's made by the guy who made the original Castlevania because Konami refuses to make Castlevania anymore. I still have to beat the last one. I didn't beat the last Bloodstained, but I plan on doing that. I might do that on stream. We got Digimon Story Time Traveler or Time Stranger, my fault. We got a game called Hirogami. I heard that was, a couple people were excited for that. We got Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound. That's coming out next month. We got Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which is like all the older games. That's coming out later this year. They showed off Metal Gear Solid Delta, which we know is coming out August 28th. They showed off Neo 3, which a lot of people were excited for. I'm not a Neo fan. That's coming out next year. They showed off more Tides of Tomorrow, I think like a little snippet. But then they also showed off 3 games that I'm very excited for. Number one is Marvel Token, which is a fighting game. It's a 4v4 fighting game by Arc Systems, the people who did Guilty Gear and shit like that. That game is going to be absolutely fucking fire. That's a day one cop. Day one cop right there. They showed off Ghost of Yotai, which we already knew it had a release date of October 2nd. So we'll be playing that during spooky season as well. And then they showed off the first James Bond game that we've gotten in I don't know how long, called 007 First Light, which is supposed to be like his like early days of being part of MI6 and shit like that. That's supposed to be coming out in 2026. Now, for me, like I said, I already told y'all the 3 games I'm excited for is 007 games. I've always been a 007 fan as a kid growing up. They were always fun games. Ghost of Yotai is definitely going to be in my top 3 for game of the year this year. I really don't think it's going to beat Expedition 33. And then we got Marvel Token, which is coming out next year. I'm super like dog, a 4v4 fighting game, like that sounds fucking fire, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. And again, they showed some other shit. You know what I mean? Like Pragmata. I mean, it's Capcom. I'm a Capcom shield at this point. Anything that Capcom puts out, I got a dick ride because I love them so much. So I'll be picking that up. It looked really interesting. And plus, for those who remember, they showed this game off like 7 years ago. So we finally got a release date. It's finally here. So I'm excited for that too. On a scale of 1 to 10 for this showcase, I give it like a 7. Honest to God, like most of the games that they showcased, we already knew were coming out. So like
there's nothing really like super new about it.
Yeah,
like Pragmata was the one I was like, oh shit, you know, it's new.
That the fighting game, the 007 game were kind of the ones that were just like, oh shit, like that kind of shot me. But Metal Gear, we already knew that was coming. Ghost of Yotai, we already knew that was coming. Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm glad is back, but like it's just a remake, so like I mean, it's cool. Thank you, and it's only $50 too, which is really but other than that, I give it like a 7 out of 10. Did you see anything you liked on here? Did
besides Pragmata and Tactics? Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sony showcase is always like boggle my mind with how little they show off. You know what I mean? It's so short.
Yeah.
And then like we'll see Summer Games Fest, or we'll see like Xbox showcase, and there's like a fuck ton of games that we didn't even see in the Sony showcase, or they bleed into from the Sony showcase. So I'm just like, I usually just kind of like just look for the highlights in the Sony showcase, and then it's just like, all right, I guess we're just gonna just wait for Xbox or a Summer Games Fest style game. Like the Sony always seems like they're the first ones out, and by comparison, I feel like they always end up like losing the new games battle, which is like I guess it's because they're trying to like get people onto their platform. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the point, I would think.
Yeah, but it's like now we're entering the age of it's not about the platform you're playing on, it's about like what service you're subscribed to. Like we're not into the into the age of console warring. We're into the age of who's got the best like library of games to stream. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's no longer like, you know, it's just I feel like Sony's losing that battle when initially they won. Like the whole joke was Xbox has no games. Now Xbox has all the games. You know what I mean? Like they're like, fuck it, we're not gonna make it. We're just gonna buy all your games. God damn it. Like, and I think that's why I look more forward to the Xbox showcases or Summer Games Fest, because Sony usually only has like a small select games they want to show, and it's usually games that have already had an announcement trailer. So like, again, Tactics and I want to say Pragmata are only 2 games I didn't see coming at all, and I'm kind of low key excited for. But Other than that, I kind of agree. It's like a 7 out of 10 on that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Summer Games Fest, man. There was a lot they showed
Oh
off
my
here,
god,
but it was
I need
kind
to
of
go
just.
play. What's it called?
Go ahead.
Fuck, I already forgot the game. It's Atomic.
Hearts 2?
What?
Atomic Hearts 2?
Atomic Hearts 2. Yeah, I will need to play the first one. I haven't played the first one.
Wow, you were excited for that?
The second game looked fucking crazy.
The
And then
first-
they have a weird battle royale extraction shooter game.
Yeah, the first
Like,
game was
on
kind of
top of
ass,
it.
bro. Like the first
Yeah,
one,
what?
I streamed it in like day one when it came out, and I was like not a fan. Was not a fan. But I mean, hey,
Mhm.
man, I think
I mean, it
I-
looks fun to me, and it's on a newer engine, so I'm wondering what they can do
yeah, I
with a
think
lot of
so
the
too.
technology.
I think so too. Yo, I mean,
And
y'all already know what I'm excited for, man. I don't even gotta say it.
Resident Evil. I called his fucking announcement. The dude came on for like a split screen. He's like, "I'll be we're gonna show you something in a blink of an eye," and everyone was like, "Oh man, they're gonna just tease us and shit." I was like, "Nah, he's gonna be like, we're gonna see an actual announcement in this showcase." And then they dropped Resident Evil 8, and I was like, "Bro,
That's 9. It's 9. It's
9, whatever. I can't count."
Bro, and we got a release date, dog. So, dog, let's just jump into Resident Evil 9 right now. Let's just get there, right? This shit looks strange as hell. I don't know what the fuck they got
You're going
going
back to
on.
Raccoon City.
We're going back to Raccoon City. Oh my god, this shit
I'm
already.
not gonna lie. When that like we saw the FBI and shit, I thought it was like a flashback for Death Stranding 2 or
Yeah.
some shit. Like I was like, damn,
Yeah.
they're doing another Death Stranding game or DLC or some shit. What the fuck? And then I like as soon as I saw RPD, I was like, oh shit, we're going back to Raccoon City after they
That
nuked
shit
it.
crazy, bro. Because
I think
remember,
they're doing
they nuked the
Sandbox, dude.
town. Yeah, they
They're
nuked
doing
the
Sandbox.
Well, they did say that. They did say, like through the leaks for Resident Evil 9, they were saying there was going to be an open world game. It's going to be more open than any other Resident Evil game. And that already had me hyped. But now the leaks for this game are letting me know that we're playing. Leon is the main character. It's not this girl, which is Elisa.
Is it going to be like a dual character
Ashcroft.
thing they've done before?
Maybe, who knows? But like this girl that they've showed throughout the trailer, she's the daughter of a character. Because I was surprised when I was streaming when Summer Games Fest was going on. So I had like 9 people jumping. I'm over exaggerating. It was like really like 3 or 4. But I had 3 or 4 people jump in my chat. I'm like, bro, they just showed off Resident Evil 9. So we had to watch the trailer live on stream. And bro, I was just like, okay, like I'm scared. I'm kind of scared. I like what they're doing. We're going back to Raccoon City. We have this weird thing that's stalking the shit out of us. It looks like this weird, creepy lady. We don't know who the fuck that is. This game looks a lot more psychological, and that's kind of like the way like Resident Evil 7 was. Resident Evil 7 was like really like psychological and shit like that. So it's like this joint looks even more like that. But like from the leaks, what I've seen, like Leon's the main character. This chick again, her name is Elisa Ashcroft. She's the daughter of a character from Resident Evil Outbreak, which is a forgotten
Oh god,
PS2
Outbreak?
game. Yeah, a
Was that the
forgotten
multiplayer game that was
that was
trash?
the multiplayer one. Yeah, so
Yeah, oh god.
it's her daughter. It's one of the playable characters' daughters. Um, and the crazy thing is because Capcom's so good at writing these Resident Evil. They are like they're really good at it. Like in Resident Evil 7, there's news articles of her in the house. So it's like they kind of like alluded to this character a long time ago. So I'm excited, bro. Like they didn't really show us too much besides like again, we're going back to Raccoon City after the nuke. They dropped the nuke back in 1993. So this is like literally like 30 years later. This is 30 years after Raccoon City, dog. So this is gonna be a day one. Y'all already know I'm gonna be streaming this shit. This shit about to be fire, dog. This will probably be my game of the year next year because I'm a Resident Evil dick rider. I mean, that's one of my favorite franchises. of all time. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this joint, man. I mean, but they showed more than that. We got a new Scott Pilgrim game coming out.
Oh, dude, I'm excited for that. It's just like the original too.
Yeah, that
Like, they
looks
didn't really
dope.
change too much.
Yeah, that looks dope. We got Death Stranding 2, more gameplay of that. I'm just ready for that game to come out. I do think that game will be obviously it'll be in my top 5 for game of the year. I don't know if it'll be in the top 3. It might be because the original Death Stranding, if it wasn't for a game called Fire Emblem Three Hopes, would have been my game of the year in 2019 because I really liked Fire Emblem that year. That game was dope. But Death Stranding was really good. The first game is good, so I'm really excited for Death Stranding 2. But this year's just strong, bro. We got Monster Hunter, we got fucking Expedition 33, we got
it's not.
the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Like, I mean,
We don't. We also got like a bunch of like games of like Arc Raiders, Wild Gates coming out this year. I think Jump Ship's also dropping this year. We got fucking what's it called? Splitgate came out.
Y'all bullied the fuck out of me and said I can't put fucking Oblivion Remastered in my top 5 for the game of the year. So that's really the game of the year. That's really
you can't though. You can't. You can't. I want it to be, but you can't.
I know. That's why I'm not gonna do it. It's just getting an honorable mention because it would be number 1. It would be.
It would if it came out this year as it was. Yes, it would be number 1.
It would be.
I would agree with you.
I mean, but Death Stranding is definitely gonna be in my top 5. We got Game of Thrones War for Westeros. I know a lot of people are excited.
I thought that was an interesting concept, but I did not see any gameplay, so I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that.
That Lego game looked pretty cool. That puzzle Lego game.
Puzzle Lego game. I don't think I've seen a puzzle Lego game.
Yeah, it's like you play as like a little Lego.
Oh
thing.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
And cool aesthetically, it looks really fucking good. Like the plastic.
Yeah, that looked really cool. They showed off more Onimusha, Way of the Sword, that comes out next year. A lot of people, fucking Angel, shout out Angel, she's in my chat going crazy. Code Vein 2, they showed off Code Vein 2, another anime big titty game. Dying Light, The Beast, finally got a release date, I think, too. I think that's coming out like early next year. And they have announced it like it's DLC for 2, but it's also standalone. But if you already own the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you basically get the Beast for like I think $10 free or something like that. So that was pretty cool. They showed off Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which it came out already, and I heard it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like Mario Kart Worlds is coming out, and then you got fucking.
Come out. My fault, it didn't come out, but yeah.
Yeah, but then you have the Sonic racing game that's also called Worlds, and then they're like, oh, we got a cow in Mario Kart, but we got Hatsune Miku and fucking Sonic racing.
Yeah,
I lost my shit. That shit was hilarious.
That shit was crazy, man. It looks good though, and it's not $90. So
it's not $1 billion and require a $200,000 console that can get bricked because you put the wrong charger in it. Like that. That shit is wild.
We'll talk about the Switch 2 in the next podcast. The only reason we haven't talked about the Switch 2 in this podcast is one, I don't own it. Neither does Eknight.
I don't own it yet.
Yeah, I'm planning on owning it relatively soon, but I also want to give it some time. We're recording this episode on the 16th. It literally came out like 10 days ago. I kind of just want to give it some time to like cook before we just go in on it because I know like that's. From what I've heard from the people, like Gundar, he owns one. So maybe when we do that podcast, I'll bring him on. But he says he's been enjoying it a lot. He says it's really good. But I think what I've heard from a lot of people, including himself, it's basically just a glorified, more powerful Switch. So all you're really essentially playing right now, as of June 16th, 2025, you're literally playing all of your Switch games, but in a higher resolution. Like I've heard everybody say, this is the way we were supposed to play Scarlet and Violet. Like they say, Scarlet and Violet runs crazy on it. All like crazy good.
It's like one of the reasons why I'm kind of annoyed because I have to upgrade and then get a $30 upgrade for a game that should have been running like good.
Well, apparently it's
rip.
free. Apparently the update's free. The update's free. I think
Did they
might have
change it? Because
They might have
apparently,
changed. They might have changed.
because from what
One
I
guy said
understood,
all he did was put the card in there and
it just runs better. Maybe it's
frames.
hardware based. Maybe there's an actual like, you know.
I don't know.
I thought it would be crazy that you would have a Switch 2 version that ran better, and then the Switch 1 didn't run better at all on newer hardware. Like I thought that would be like crazy to me.
Yeah, so maybe on the next podcast we'll talk about that Switch 2. But right now, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't have one to actually, show y'all. They showed off Mortal Shell 2. I know a lot of people didn't like Mortal Shell 1. It's another Souls-like. Let's side.
Yeah, it looks cool though.
It does, but it's another Souls-like. They showed off End of Abyss, The Cube, which looked pretty cool. Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver, that looked dope. The Wu-Tang game, that looked dope. Lego Voyager, that was the game he was talking about.
Yeah, that one was cool.
They showed off Felt That, which was the game with the crazy graphics, a co-op game.
Okay, yeah.
They got the Hitman. They showed off the new Hitman Leech.
Yeah, the 20-minute showcase for that one DLC mission thing, and I was like, why?
Yeah, they got Mad Mickelson's in it. I mean, that's
they got a bunch of the OG like Bond villain in that shit, and I was like, that's crazy. But also why is it 20 minutes? No, you're fine. I'm just repeating.
Let's talk about a game that I feel like a lot of people aren't hyping up, but it looks fucking fire. It's called
Arc Raiders.
No, it's called Ill.
Oh yeah, the survival game.
Yeah, that should look fire.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't hype when I first saw it because I was like, all right, it's just another zombie game. And then they've got some weird body horror creatures, and I was like, okay, I can probably get into this. Because it's like I'm like, I'm still zombified out, so like zombie games don't interest me as much. But like if you get a little creative with it, then I'm like, all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, like they gave out Dead Island 2 on Epic a couple weeks ago. I picked that up, and me and Kai started it, and it's like we haven't got back to it because it's like it's another
zombie game. Yeah, it doesn't do anything different. Like Dying Light was probably an exception for me because it was like parkour zombies, and I was like, this is how I imagine actual like zombie survival people would be doing. Like they'd be running around trying to like bounce off rooftops and like just like evading shit. But like every other game is like, oh, I need to find water. I need to find a shelter. No, my friend got bit. Turmoil. And I'm like,
yeah, man.
All right, dude.
It'd be a lot.
It'd just be the same formula.
They have a State of Decay 3. I was playing State of Decay 2 like towards the end of like last year, and like me and Foxy and everybody running that game. Like State of Decay 2 is like really good. I can only imagine what that third game is like. That's a good zombie game. That's a really good zombie. It's like a really, really good zombie. They showed off Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, another Souls-like, but that looks really good, and it's on Game Pass, July 24th. I might have to stream it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's co-op. I might have to stream that. They showed off Arc Raiders. Yeah, I mean, with
Arc
the release
Raiders.
date of
That was like
30th.
a cinematic trailer too. It wasn't even like gameplay. Like, and I've actually played the alpha test, and it's definitely going to be worth.
So go ahead, hit them with
$40,
it, bro. Hit them with it.
I think Arc Raiders is probably going to be the game that Marathon wants to be, without stealing assets.
So
I really do.
It's going to be the game I really want to play because
I think it is. I think the third person might actually draw you towards it. Actually,
yeah, okay.
Because I feel like a lot of the issues with first person extraction shooters is that they're a lot more hardcore. So it ends up just like alienating the player base that just wants to play casually. Because again, same thing with like battle royales and other games where equipment is involved. You feel like you get into a fight with a dude with superior equipment and you can't do shit. So you're just kind of like fucked because of gear shit. I feel like Arc Raiders has somewhat of a good balance and has the potential to tweak that balance over time. When the game actually launches to the full public. But what I played of it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I didn't even like get into that many PvP zones because we have this thing called prox chat in the game. It's some kind of new mechanic. I don't know. You can like talk to people that aren't on your squad and maybe like get them to not kill you, or you can fuck with them. Either it's a pretty interesting mechanic. I think Marathon could learn a lot from it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Um,
man,
like
100%.
like I don't know, man. One of them Call of Duty games may have used it sometimes before and it worked out for them. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like an extraction shooter, I think it's very, very casual friendly. You have a skill tree that actually like seems like it'll carry over past maybe wipes if they do wipes, because wipes are like kind of important to survival and extraction shooter games with PvPs involved.
Okay.
So if the skill trees carry over, that means you can like kind of build your character the way you want and like survival esque, and the perks actually do make a difference. And I like the way you traverse in the game. It is very vertical and it rewards positioning a lot. So like I like that. I think the only thing mechanic is probably missing is just having just like destructible environments, like I think like crazy destructible environments, not like the occasional crate, but like walls and shit. A lot of the enemies, I'm not a huge robot guy, you know what I mean? Like I don't like fighting robots purely. I like organisms, like fighting like weird creatures and stuff, but the robots, they're actually like challenging, and it's not like a fucking like a what's it called? What's the game called? Uh Division 2, you know how they had like bots towards the end of the game? And they were just like random like dog sentries and shit like that. It's not nothing like that. These are pretty creative. Pretty creative, pretty challenging, very dangerous. I would absolutely say that you should try it out if there's a demo. And if not, and if you're still a little on the fence, watch a streamer.
Okay.
See what the gameplay's like.
I'm definitely in there. I'm definitely in there.
I'm gonna play it day one for sure.
Yeah, man,
Streaming it, I don't know, because people say a lot of crazy shit in Prox chat.
No, this is facts.
Definitely day one for
that's definitely a day. Listen, it's October 30th. We should be ending up, finishing spooky season, and that'll probably be a good way to end it. I mean, I know Call of Duty will be coming out around that time, so I mean, I'll be playing that and Call of Duty probably. I mean, Dune Awakening, they showed off Dune Awakening. That's already out. That came out June 10th. A couple of my friends have been playing the fuck out of it. I'm not a fan of Dune. I don't like anything but that one song they got in the first movie with the bagpipes. That shit was hard. That scene was hard. Besides that, I don't care for Dune. But that shit was hard. That shit was hard. When the little Emperor pulled up and shit, like that shit was hard. But other than that, I'm not a Doom fan, so that's a hard skip for it. It's a survival game. I'm kind of over that. But this next game they showed off,
it looks cool. I'm not too like huge into the universe of Dune like that. Right. So yeah.
Now this next game, I'm excited for. Y'all might see it on stream this Friday. It's called Chrono Odyssey. It's a new action MMO RPG with dynamic battles. Like this is like not that tab target shit. This is like you are swinging your sword, beating the shit out of shit. The graphics are really good. There's big titties, everything.
Graphics are good. Also, titties.
Graphics are fire, dog. Like this game's good. There's no release date, but you can sign up for the play test. I've already done that, so hopefully they give me a key this Friday, please, because I would love to play. I love it. And that's really all they showed off. More Mafia. They showed off the Lies of P DLC that came out. Yeah, that's really all they showed off.
Mind's Eye, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, I think we'll talk about that on the next podcast.
Yeah, I want to see how that shakes out.
They did show off some Mecha Break too. It's coming out July 2nd.
Can't fucking wait.
July 2nd, we'll be playing that. Yeah.
New mechs. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Mind's Eye. They showed off Mind's Eye. That game came out the 10th, and it tanked, dog. That game tanked. Like,
yeah, I thought it wasn't even like an issue of like, just like performance issues, like Cyberpunk was.
Yeah.
It's actually apparently after like the first 2 hours is like nothing to do. And I'm like, oh no.
The game's kind of cooked. They showed off
That
more
sucks.
the first Descendant gameplay for the new season. I kind of stopped playing that game.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be enough to bring out back the player base that left. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I mean, so far, like, it wasn't like I think I ain't gonna lie to you, Resident Evil carried. I'm just gonna be a dick rider and say it. Resident Evil carried.
No, I'm actually looking forward to Resident Evil 9. I thought it was
Like
8 for some reason.
they had the voice actor for Lady Dimitrescu come out and basically do that whole little part. Like that was pretty dope. Like they did like Capcom is like back. Like if y'all remember, there was a time where Capcom was literally Ubisoft. They were literally just like current state Ubisoft, where everybody hated them, and Capcom has just been taking W after W after W, and they've kind of been playing it safe. So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. But at the same time, they've made games like Kunitsugami, which was kind of like that weird food game that was like really cool. It's on Game Pass. Like Capcom's so back, bro. It's good to see because Capcom is always like I've always been a Resident Evil fan. Like I've always loved Resident Evil. Um, I've always loved their other IPs like Devil May Cry and all that stuff. Street Fighter, big Street Fighter guy. So it's like just to see them in great form again is great. Oh, they did show off Street Fighter Season 3. I forget what the characters they're releasing. I don't think I was excited as much for the character releases, but yeah, I give the show like an 8 out of 10. There was a lot there to see, to be excited for, but like it's really just Resident Evil 9 for me, man.
I mean, yeah, we gotta actually like see gameplay, but like it's positively looking forward to that game.
Yeah. All right, and we got one more showcase, man. This one's gonna be really easy, man. We got Xbox.
There's no Halo. I'm kind of disappointed they showed off Call of Duty 7.
No
My
Halo.
disappointment is immeasurable. They didn't even talk
Halo.
about E-Day. That's the crazy part.
Well, they showed off Hollow Knight Silk Song, and that was enough for a lot of people.
I still gotta
That's
play
what
Hollow
a lot
Knight.
of people wanted. The Final Fantasy VII remakes, both of them are coming out on Xbox, and Final Fantasy 16 is out on Xbox now too.
Mm-hmm.
So good on Square Enix, man. I think the thing that's hurt, Final Fantasy in the past couple years is that it really has been locked to Sony, and like I think the weird thing about the Sony player base now is like a lot of them aren't like they're not Final Fantasy people anymore. They're more like the Last of Us, Killzone people,
But
Fortnite
even the
people.
Last of Us is kind of petering out because they've only re-released the same 2 games like 1,000 times before announcing their finally new project.
Exactly.
And I think they're going to have the same issues with The Last of Us 2, where it's going to leak early and there's going to be an issue because I feel like they've already had like a weird leak.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think so. I think they
that is kind of like the issue with the Sony platform right now. It's like they started off of being pretty good with single player games, and then they stopped
They
producing.
just did the same game over.
Yeah,
and over.
it's
That's
just the
problem.
same action adventure RPG-ish game. Like
Ghost of Tsushima was a great game. I highly recommend that. It's on PC now, so you should definitely go pick that up. Yotai is going to be really good, but like other than that, like they're really not doing too much. Like Tides of Annihilation looks good, but I also think that's coming to like other platforms. So it's like, as far as like again, like when I look at these showcases, even with this Xbox showcase, they're trying to sell you a service. They're trying to either get you a part of their ecosystem, which is to buy into their console, or in Xbox's case, because we're going to talk about it, because I really like this Xbox showcase. I'm gonna just say that right now. I think it was the best out of all the showcase. Because again, at the end of the day, these showcases, at least for Sony and Xbox, is to to sell you on their service or their platform. So I'm gonna just say it now. They partnered up with ROG to come out with the ROG Xbox Ally, which is like a native Windows handheld thing, which it's not like the PlayStation Portal. You can load games to it. It has the Windows OS already on it. So you have access to Steam and Game Pass and your Xbox library all on one handheld.
Actually be able to play Halo 5 for once.
I honestly don't care how much that bitch costs. I might copy. Like that might be.
It's apparently $700.
I'm not copying it.
Like how that he's like, it costs more than a Switch 2? Fuck that.
Yeah, like 500, I was down. 500, I was down. Like 700's a little high, but maybe, just maybe I might invest because like that's dope, dog. That's dope to have a handheld with that much power that again I could play my Steam library. Like it kind of effectively killed the Steam Deck in a sense. Like it didn't kill it, but there's an alternative.
Yeah, there's something that's might offer a little diversity there, and I appreciate
I wouldn't
that.
say killed. That was the wrong word, but I thought this showcase was really good. They teased Forza, Fable, Gears of War, E-Day, and maybe even Halo for 2026. I think if any four of those games come out next year, Xbox is back. Like they are literally back. They showed off an Invincible fighting game that looked really good. It's like a 3v3.
It's Mortal Kombat Injustice style game, yeah.
Yeah, we got Persona 4 remake, and people lost their fucking mind over that shit. They got a Nemo, which is basically like a Pokemon type game.
It's a Pal World-esque Pokemon type game, and it's gonna be funny when they get sued by Nintendo too, because they're encroaching on territory, which I think is just
we got a game that I'm really excited for. I'm kind of like, this was kind of like, it's called Mudang Two Hearts, man. That shit look fire, dog. It's another zombie game, yes, but it's like a zombie stealth game. It's like somebody was like, yo, I like Metal Gear Solid, but let's add some zombies to it. Like it looked crazy. Like that's a day one cop, dog. And I think they said that shit was coming to Game Pass. So like that's kind of crazy. Like I mean, that's definitely gonna be a day one cop play, whatever. Clockwork Revolution, that looked pretty cool. I think it's another Game Pass game. What else did they show off? Grounded 2 was confirmed. There's a playthrough you can play right now. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I didn't even play the first one.
I didn't play the first one either, but it does look good.
Yeah. Beast of Reincarnation is a Game Freak game, which if you don't know what Game Freak is, they do the Pokemon games.
Yeah, that's the they cooked with that.
They cooked.
They cooked so hard with that, and it's like, what if they weren't just only working on Pokemon now?
Dog, well done. We're talking about well done cooked. They cooked with that joint. It was so good. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC, The Order of the Giant, comes out September 4th. I didn't do my review of that. I'm gonna make it kind of short and sweet right now because I did beat the game. I give it like an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like it started off really good, and then like towards the end, it became kind of like, I don't know, like some of my biggest issues with the game was kind of like the stealth. The stealth was kind of like janky sometimes. Like you could be like out of their sight, but they could still see you. Like it was kind of weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, and it's just the combat was kind of like annoying, especially with that final boss. If you watch the stream, you know that final boss was just, I was getting frustrated, and on a level I should never get frustrated with. So like the combat was kind of like kind of ass to me. The story was great. The story was like 10 out of 10, but that was like the strongest part of it. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Definitely a Game Pass game. But if you like Indiana Jones, there's a good amount of replayability too, because when you beat it, you can literally just go wherever you want and do all the side quests and stuff. I thought that was really cool. So I say pick it up if you get it on sale. Play it on Game Pass. It was really fun. I had a good time with it. But yeah, they got DLC coming out for that. I might play that. Tony Hawk, they announced Tony Hawk. Ninja Gaiden 4 has a release date of October 21st, 2025. That looked really good. Super Meat Boy 3D is coming out. That should look really good. Sea of Thieves Season 17. I know my boy Kai is excited for that joint. and they showed off a new Plague Tale game, Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy. That's coming out next year. Um, that's with a new character. High on Life 2 is coming. The Outer Worlds 2, and we're gonna stop for a second and kind of talk about this. They've already confirmed, and it's already out there. Like it's on all of the marketplaces: Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out this year. It's coming out. What release date we got for this? October 29th. It will be on Game Pass, but if you do want to buy it, it will be an $80 purchase for the standard edition. How do you
Considering
feel
what
about that,
Avowed,
man?
considering what Avowed was, and that was a full price game, and then, like I'm hoping they learned the lessons from Avowed and applied it to Outer Worlds too, because they're not like Outer Worlds 1 was decent in my
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah, it
7
was
out of 10
good.
RPG.
What did you
But
say it was? A seven
Avowed,
out of
I didn't
10?
even finish. Yeah, it was like about 7 out of 10.
I really liked Outer Worlds. I give Outer Worlds like a 9 out of 10. I like the choice. The player choice was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I built my character literally the way I wanted to, and like that's what I like about an open world RPG like Outer Worlds, like even like like Oblivion or something like that. When I build my especially like a game that's like dialogue heavy like Outer Worlds, like I want to be able like I literally made my character stealth and personality, so I was able to just talk my ass off, and if I couldn't talk my ass off, I was sneaking through. Like that was dope to me. I mean, so that game was like a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna pick this game up. I'm gonna maybe pick it up day one. If not pick it up day one, I'll probably play it on Game Pass because I really
I'm gonna
liked
probably
it, man.
get it in Game
I,
Pass.
I really
I'm gonna
liked it.
give it a pass on Game Pass, right? I'm gonna check it out on there, and then just hope it's good.
Yeah, I really liked it. So I think I'm leaning towards what E Knight is saying. I might play it on Game Pass, even though I'm kind of weird. Like when I play a game on one platform, I want to just keep it on that platform. I played Outer Worlds 1 on PlayStation, so I kind of just want to buy the second one on PlayStation. But I mean, I'll probably just play it on Game Pass first because honest to God, I might play Outer Worlds 1 again because I want to play. I only played it one time, and I kind of want to give it another go around because I did like the game, chat. Like I really liked Outer Worlds 1. If you can get Outer Worlds 1 on like a sale, like definitely check that joint out. It was a really good game. I know they came out with like a PS5 port for it or like a PS5 upgrade for it. So you don't have to play with like the PS4 shit. Um, yeah, man, I liked it, man. I liked it. I liked it. I mean, I really ain't got too much other to say other than yeah, I thought it was pretty good, man. I thought it was pretty solid game. Outer Worlds 2 is gonna cost $80. That might make or break, but like look, I'm not condoning that shit, but I just think that's going to be the new standard, man. It is what it is, dog.
No, yeah, that's unfortunately going to be the new standard, and we got Nintendo to kind of thank for that shit. So there we go.
Yeah,
Like, I think the only benefit for that it has is it is going to be on Game Pass. So if it fails, it's not going to be a monumental failure. But if it's does well, we'll definitely see it reflected in the sales.
yeah,
I just
for
hate that
sure.
it's $80, and I'm kind of just over it. Like I'm over the price gouging of this shit, dude. Like it's just
Yeah,
too much shit.
no, I agree, bro. I agree. I think the problem with these games, man, is like they like I don't know how to describe it, but it sucks, man. It sucks because everything in the world is getting expensive, and it's like the one thing we love, our little reminder, escape from the outside world is getting expensive too. It just kind of sucks. It sucks all around. I mean, but I'm excited for that game. I think that was really it. Like that they showed off. Outer Worlds 2 is like the big showcase game. Like that was kind of like the thing they centered around a good amount. October 29th, we'll see if it's good or not, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, maybe it'll be in my top five. I don't know. This year's kind of stacked, man. I mean,
You got a lot of games I want to play.
I give this joint like a
Really?
9 out of 10. They showed off a lot of games that I'm excited to play again. A lot of them are coming to Game Pass. So if you own Game Pass, you
That's
already
that's
have them.
kind of. I would say it's a 10 out of 10 for a showcase. Like
Oh,
well, think about it. Think about it. They show a lot of new games, a lot of games that weren't announced before. All
you're
right,
right. You're right. You're right.
a lot of interest and hype around a lot of these games. Um, and we're comparing them to the other showcase, Summer Games Fest. I feel like in terms of like, and I feel like this has been a kind of trend for Sony. That year after year, they've shown off like one or two things that get people hyped up. I mean, like if Metal Gear Solid wasn't a Konami product, I feel like it would have been like on an Xbox Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So they're trying hard to compete with like these titles, but most of these titles are gonna end up on multi-plats. And so the core
Yeah.
titles that they do have is still not enough for me to want to go buy a PlayStation to play it exclusively. Especially think Snake Eater's gonna be on PC too, right?
Yes, sir.
So
It's
then
on
like
everything.
so then like you're not in terms of like new announcements that are kind of exclusive to the showcase, they lost this year. Summer's Games Fest had a lot of indie platform games that I'm really interested in, and a lot of new stuff from established studios that I am interested in. They already got one of your favorite franchises in there at the end of it, so I feel like that
Yeah,
already
man.
beats out Sony. And then
Yeah.
Xbox shows off a little bit more of everything. The only thing that's soured, all right, yeah, probably 9 out of 10. No Halo, fuck that. Changed my
I
mind.
mean, that was
Fuck
what
Call of
I was
Duty.
gonna say. Like for me at least, because we're gonna talk about COD in a second. For me at least, like why I gave it a 9 out of 10 is because I kind of wanted them to announce or show off the new Gears Award at the
Yeah,
minimum.
E-Day.
And they didn't
Where's
show
that?
off Gears. Like, and I kind of thought that game is coming out like the end of this year, but it looks like that's going to be coming out like March, April, May of next year. So I'm waiting patiently, but like, you know what I mean? Like I'm cool because like honest to God, like my backlog of games right now is heavy. Like I still gotta beat what is that game called? South of Midnight. I've been playing that off stream. That's
Mm-hmm.
the stop motion game. I've been playing that off stream. So I still gotta beat that. And I got like a couple other games on my list. So it's like, you know, again, we got Death Stranding next week. That's gonna be another fucking 60, 80-hour game. You know what I mean? That I'm excited to play because I'm a weirdo and I like that shit. You know what I mean? But let's talk about the greatest game to come out of this showcase. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, man. I know you're excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Um,
bed, dog. This has been going on for too long. We don't need to talk about COD 7. There's not even much to talk about other than a trailer.
yeah, they showed off like we're not gonna dive into it too much. They showed off a trailer. It takes place right after Black Ops, 10 years after Black Ops 2. So it's weird. Like it's the chronological order of Black Ops storyline now is Black Ops 1, Black Ops Cold War, which is Black Ops 5. You know what I mean? And Black Ops 6. Then we got Black Ops 2, Black Ops 7,
And then Black
Black
Ops
Ops
4, right?
4, yep, and then Black Ops 3. It's fucking all over the place, man. You
Yeah,
know what I
Black
mean?
Ops 3 wasn't even like a real Black Ops game. It was like a weird hero shooter Titanfall game. This shit was weird.
Bro. No, you're talking about Black Ops 4. And Black Ops 4 was fire, dog.
Which one had wall running on it?
That was Black Ops 3.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 was fire, dog. You're tripping.
No, that shit was trash.
That shit was Black Ops 3 was probably the last good Black Ops. Like
That
Black
shit
Ops 3
tried
was the
to
last good Call of
that
Duty.
shit tried to copy Titanfall and failed. What do you mean it was trash?
Nah, you're tripping.
You wall
dog.
runned until you hit an invisible wall.
Bro,
that shit was trash.
Nah, that was Infinite Warfare.
That was trash.
Infinite Warfare
No.
was like that.
No, Infinite Warfare I never touched. I played Black
Infinite
Ops 3.
Warfare. Black Ops 3 was fucking
Trash.
fire. That shit was fire.
Trash.
So yeah, this game takes place
Trash.
in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 4. So the story already got me excited. A lot of people, I've seen the negativity. Like if you look at the official reveal on YouTube, there's nothing but negativity. So I know that's just getting dislike bomb. Like,
I think that's probably bleeding over from 6, but like I still also would be like kind of fatigued.
yeah. So
'Cause it's
I
like
think we're gonna save our talk about Black Ops 7 for when we do the COD State of the Union podcast that I'm planning on doing for y'all because y'all been asking for
and
a
maybe
COD
if
pod. I think we'll do that. We'll do that.
podcast.
Yeah, a CODcast. We'll probably do that when they show us the multiplayer review, which I think they said is going to be sometime in July.
Yeah,
Gonna
let's
show
wait
off
for
like the
gameplay to
multiplayer.
talk more
Yeah,
about it. But aside
yeah,
from that, I just think it's like they usually do it different. There would have been Modern Warfare, but I
yeah,
guess they're taking a break on that because it hasn't been
yeah.
as
Well, that's coming
successful as
out. That's coming.
Black
Yeah, that's
Ops.
coming out next year. So we'll see. But yeah,
Oh
that's all
God,
we got, man. That's all we got. That's all we got, man. It's been a beefy boy, man. But we got through it all. We just got one last thing: the marathon artwork that was stolen. You want to talk about that, Enite? Because I know that was
I
something
thought we did talk about this.
we kind of talked about it, but we didn't really
All right,
talk about
they stole artwork, and this is why the game's probably not going to come out.
Yeah, the game's cooked, dog. The game's cooked.
And if it comes
I hate
out,
to
it's going to
say it.
have this negative stigma all around it
Yeah,
because of this.
all around it. Yeah, it's
It'll
already
take
cooked.
literally a decade for it to wipe the stigma off if it lasts that long. And
Yeah,
it sucks because they took an IP that was not known for an extraction shooter and tried to turn it into something that it's probably not, and should have just rolled with a Halo style game for PlayStation, which
yeah,
you already got Halo coming to PlayStation. So like, bro, like I feel like an extraction shooter for this game should have been a side mode. Like it should have just
yeah,
focused
man.
on the core because people wanted like lore from the actual game. The game was a Doom style shooter, so like turning it into an extraction shooter is like a totally like a 180.
Yeah,
Like
man.
it's not. And from what I've seen from the gameplay, it looks decent enough, but I don't think I would play it long enough or invest into it long enough more than I would like any other extraction shooter. I feel
Yeah,
like
bro.
they don't like they had a whole like John with community like people that actually played extraction shooters as well as like Hidden Xperia got out there to play test it, and like he was hype about it, but he's more hype about like the fucking lore. And
Yeah,
if they do the lore wrong, it's just you're killing a part of your core part of the core fan base for that game, and that's not already that core fan base is not that big. Like
yeah,
it's not
man.
it because that game
Yeah,
came out in like the 90s. like
yeah,
Like you
man.
don't, it didn't continue after they released Halo. Like they didn't make another marathon game. They made references, but
Yeah,
I think it's gonna. I think if it didn't have the art thing attached to it, it still would have had a struggle. Um,
yeah, bro.
you already have the developers telling their own audience that this game's not for you is a red flag in my fucking eyes. Uh, if anything, if I was a dev, even if I was doing a hardcore niche genre like an extraction shooter, I would say give the game a shot, give it a game a try, try one in our alpha test, run an open beta. You know what I mean? Like I would be promoting heavily. I would not turn to the camera and go, "This game's not for everybody," because that's
That's the goal. You want the game to be for everybody, or at
well, it's
least
not even
for
that
most
it's not the
people.
goal. You want people to try the game. You want to
Yeah,
convert people. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, man.
when we'll tell people, "Hey, try this game." You know how like your one boy's like, "Yo, try you got to play this game. You got to play this game, right?" And then you're like, "Nah, nah, nah." And then you sleep on it for like 10 years and then you finally play it and he's like, "Yo, this is like really fucking good." He's like, "Yeah, I told you." You know what I mean? Like it's like that. Like that's what you want to do for your game. To the dev coming out before the game even had an alpha test saying it's not going to be for everybody is like dude, just no, that's already a red flag to me.
Yeah, you're killing the game before it even came out, man.
Like it's
Tough.
one thing for like a YouTuber, a commentator, random jagoff in a fucking forum to say it. It's another thing if the actual developer of the game is going to be like it's not for everybody. No, try it. You should say try it and then go from there. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. But extraction shooters are is a niche genre. Trying to bring that to a wider audience is like really hard. Like Call of
Yeah,
Duty had some success with it. With the DMZ. And even before that, the Division 2 had a little bit of success with it. And it's always been like a game that had an extra game mode to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exclusive extraction shooters either die within like a few months because the devs power creep the hell out of it, or they'll just keep hitting wipes. Like I had Level 0 Extraction, was a cool extraction shooter. They got rid of the alien mechanic. Like it's basically they made it so that it's just humans only and aliens. You can't get matches for the aliens because no one wants to play with the aliens because they overtune the aliens too much. Right? They made them too much of a problem. And now everyone just wants to play the regular extraction shooter game. And I'm like, that you just got rid of the hook of this game because you did that. Marauders is dying because they have I think they have power creep with the ships. So people buy a few ships and they're just like super strong. And then if you're flying around in like your little dune buggy ship, you get absolutely cooked because this dude has like top tier gear, and that's like the problem with a lot of extraction shooters, is why they do wipes so many times. Tarkov is hardcore as it gets, but that already has its own core audience attached to it. So no one, like, it's already successful and will continue to be successful until the guy stops supporting it. And even then, there might be like, you know, a cult following for it. The cycle extraction is dead, even though there's fans trying to resurrect it. And despite the developer trying not to have the game resurrected, like extraction shooters are really hard to make successful. And I feel like Arc Raiders has a decent chance at it based on the gameplay, based on the way they've set up their back end systems to reward progressions for players. But Marathon looks like it's just punishing and then not fun punishing. You know what I mean? Like, not like nerve-wracking tension. It's like, oh, he had better gear than me. Oh, he's using the broken hero shooter, because they have hero shooter mechanics too. And I don't know how I feel about the hero shooter mechanics, because 9 times out of 10, there's always going to be that one hero shooter. And they even said it. There's one dude with rocket jet boots who has a shield and can shoot and shit. And he's like apparently the most broken character and during the alpha test, and they were like, yeah, he's broken. And you're supposed to launch this game within like a few months, and you have one character who's already blatantly stronger than majority of them. And then you have a character that can go completely invisible. I don't know, dude. There's too many like power creep and like gameplay mechanics that might work against what you're trying to do. Like I don't think Marathon's going to be successful. And if they do, in spite of all the bullshit they've gone through, great. But I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like they've invested way too much money to pull out now. So they're going to launch it no matter what. And I still think it's going to fail.
Yeah, man. We'll see, man.
Yeah, so
I
like
think
7
so
out of
too.
10.
I think so too. I'm excited because, again, like we talked about it, we had a whole podcast about it. I think it was the last episode we did. I really like the art style. I really like the combat looked good because it looked like Destiny, which looks like Halo. And I've always thought Bungie was really good at their shooting mechanics. Like they've always had shooting down to a great
Yeah,
science.
it's everything else around it that's gonna
That's just
that's gonna be the problem. That's like shooting mechanics are one thing, but everything supporting it's gonna be
for
bad.
Arc Raiders, man. I think Arc Raiders is the more promising game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think about Marathon. I mean, when it gets closer to release, which I don't. I think it's supposed to be coming out September. I do not think that shit's coming.
No, they're delaying this game. They pulled the marketing for it because of the scandal.
Yeah,
So they can't get that money back too, by the way. There's no refund
Yeah.
for that. So
Yeah.
any product placement they did is now like lost media and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking crazy.
it's
Yeah, man.
it's crazy, but at the same time, it's like, bro, how can you just do that and then not expect to get caught?
Bungie, man, Bungie.
It's like the third time they've apparently done something like this.
Bungie, man, Bungie.
It's fucking Bungie. Yeah, they're not the same studio that produced Halo. I'm gonna say that. They can say how many Halo devs they still have on for this game or Destiny, but it's like it's not the same team. It's really not.
Yeah, man. Well,
Sad.
that's all. That's all we got, man. This was a long episode, but we had a lot to cover, man. There's a lot to cover. I hope y'all appreciated that. We probably won't have another traditional gaming podcast for a little bit. Like I said, I think the next time we get around, we'll be talking about Death Stranding 2, because that'll be the game that I'll be playing here in like 2 weeks. And then whatever else comes out, I mean, whatever else drama happens within the game, you see. Are eating 2025. If you're complaining about there's nothing to play, you're just stuck in a weird spot, because there's so many games to play right now, man. So many games. So
many.
grab that Game Pass if you're feeling that way. Check some games out, man, and do the damn thing, man. I mean, that's it. That's it for this podcast. We're gonna wrap it up here, man.
It's time for bed. I'm gonna go to bed.
Man.
Getting cranky now.
But all right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Make sure y'all check the links out down below. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of y'all night. Stay or day or whatever. Stay safe. Peace.
Later.